I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that? It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not. Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
I don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still to the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof. Like I always wanted him, I never hated him, I never traded him, and if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like under the city, the driver's side fly. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch us on YouTube with view for free. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time wondering what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
God damn, I'm happy to be out of Indianapolis.
and any reason why you say Indiana and Annapolis?
I hate it. I hate that stupid city.
And why is Marcos going bowling after the show?
He looks like he's going to bowling, but like it's a Cinco de Mayo bowling fest.
Yeah,
I call this my dulce de leche. It's a matching set, just in case you're wondering.
No.
Come on now. Come on now. Come on now, baby.
It's the opposite of a closed set.
Hey, you went full Cuban today, huh?
Oh, this is what happens when you don't do laundry and only your best stuff is available.
Wow. Oh, you gotta come strong.
I am overdressed.
J-Vic said he's going bowling at the beach in Mexico.
I gotta tell you,
this is definitely Mexico stuff.
That city is a hellhole. I am so glad to be out of there. Oh my God. What a bunch of weirdos.
Yeah, but you know what's weird?
Can't say that. I don't think you can say
that. What do you mean I can't say that?
You know what's weird?
Call the whole place a bunch of weirdos.
Indianapolis is known for a lot of like historic things.
Are they?
The Indianapolis 500.
Oh,
that's
Combine. Literally the only thing.
Oh, what else?
Larry Bird, something?
Can I just say this? You know what's crazy? Every time I've been to Indianapolis, I go there, I do what I got to do, and I get the hell out of there.
Dude, that's
right?
The point.
It's a weird thing.
Because if you're around people, you're like, wow, what a bunch of weirdos. Sorry.
Doesn't it almost seem like they're not in the Midwest?
Yeah, it was a strange city. It was like one block is a ghost town, and then the next there's some guy barking like a dog. I'm like, what is happening here?
Are you sure you didn't have nothing to drink? Because you did shadow box in Vegas.
Dude, I didn't. I drank like a couple of beers. Like that's the most. Like I didn't have anything more than 2 beers in a sitting. Right. I'm telling you, it was a weird place.
Well, how was the food? Was the food out? Because like you go to Kansas City, you got to get barbecue, right? You go here, you got to get this. And what is it? What do you got to get in Indy?
I went to that place I told you about that I was recommended to be the fried chicken place. It was really good.
Okay.
The Eagle. That was good. I went to
was it a hike or was it near downtown?
It wasn't a hike. It was like 2 blocks from my hotel.
Oh, okay. Good.
And then there was then I went to a deep dish pizza place on my way home from one day from the because here's the thing that sucked. Can I tell you this was the probably why I was in a grumpy mood. The most annoying thing. They auto-seed me. Here's what they did. They scheduled lunch, but you only had lunch from noon to 2, and you couldn't bring food on the field. So I literally could, and it was a hike to get to catering. So like I'm going through, I'm like, oh man,
so hungry.
Why does Dennis Dodd get some chips? I don't get anything.
Check this out.
So you couldn't
why you need to be there.
Like, you couldn't even bring breakfast?
Dude, that's why he needed me there. Because if there's food to be had, we were getting that food.
But you couldn't bring it on the field. That was the annoying thing.
Hey.
Sir, my first day, I brought a coffee onto the field. Sir, only water on the field. I'm like, what? Get out of here. People pee on this field. Channing Crowder said so. What are we doing? Anyway, then my Indianapolis experience was closed with the most Indianapolis experience of all time, which was my flight, which ended up being I was supposed to do a layover in Philly, and the layover in Philly was going to be like an hour. Then I had to fly down from Philly to Fort Lauderdale, but we just kept
Another
getting,
city you love.
oh, jeez. So we kept getting notifications like, "Hey, Philly flight delayed. You won't get until like 1:45." What? So they let you change the flight though, and you could change it to a direct Indy to Miami. So we were parked in Fort Lauderdale, but me and Mike from the Orange Bowl, we ended up just flying to Miami. We Ubered to Fort Lauderdale to get our cars.
Why you just call me?
Dude, it was like 11 o'clock.
I ain't doing nothing.
I wouldn't have made you pick me up at 11 o'clock. That's crazy talk.
Bro, you could have called me. I would have called Leroy.
You know what? That's rat bastard behavior right there.
That is
right?
total rat bastard.
I love the way. You know what's funny? Here's what's funny about you. As long as we've been doing this show, and as well as you know me, you know if you get in a pinch, you could call me.
Of course.
But yet, he always says, I didn't want to bother you with that.
That was late, dude. That's a big ask. That's a real pitch.
But
that's like if I lost my wallet and I can't afford or my phone was stolen and I can't afford an Uber. Like, I'm not doing that to you.
Yeah, but all right. But I'm just saying, like, so now, see, where's your luggage?
It was with me. I did full carry-on.
Oh.
I did full carry.
Every time I do carry-on, I always have like a shaving item or something like that. And that's why I just don't.
Well, you know me, I'm like a werewolf too, you know, like,
you
know.
See, there. No.
It's tough.
I mean, I'm always looking. When we go, here's the funny thing about when we travel. I will have golf clubs, a bag, or whatever, and each one of them is 52 pounds. And they go, I can't let you on this plane with that. You got to be under 50. I'm like, are you bleeping kidding me?
And they don't weigh. And you know what's funny? They don't weigh if you have carry-ons. They're just like, yeah, go ahead.
Right. So you can like, but then Tobin is the only one that gets checked,
dude,
and overchecked and rechecked.
Probably,
and I'm waiting for him every flight.
Dude, this is, and you know what? I'm blaming you now because I think today this was the first flight I can remember traveling with my broadcast stuff not checked. Now,
was it the airport?
It was the airport. Yeah,
okay.
It was both in Indy and with Fort Lauderdale. Now, they got these fancy scanners now, so maybe they just know. I don't know. Everybody's got these new fancy scanners, so maybe that's what's doing it. But I didn't get popped once.
Usually it's your equipment that they like stop and they're like,
always.
That sucks. And then they ask him what each individual item is. So I'm sitting there waiting. Now keep in mind, when you fly early in the morning, you're already cutting it close.
Yep.
And you don't know how you're gonna go into Vegas airport. The Vegas airport could be a hour wait to get through, or it could be a 10-minute wait. You don't know. I'm like, oh.
No, the airport experience was super easy, other than we had to flip our flights. But like the airport was not crowded at all.
Now, did you get to flip your flight at the gate you were at, or did you have to run to the other gate?
They were like right across from each other. It was
okay.
Honestly, that was really easy. Literally did it on the American Airlines app, and it was like cool, and they didn't even charge you. They were like no charge.
Well,
I was stunned.
That's a Karen situation right there. You're gonna charge me for flipping a flight that you screwed up?
Well, dude, when we got to Miami, I mean, I don't know what's going on with Miami, but it's hell on earth. Miami International Airport.
It is.
Because we land and there's just like line after line after line of people trying to recheck or rebook their flights. It was chaos at like 11 o'clock last night. I was like, geez. Although I didn't know Half Moon Empanadas at the Miami International Airport.
What?
Yes.
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
I looked up their locations one time and saw them. I'm very impressed.
Yep.
They're trying to make a comeback in our lives. They know that we veered into different empanadas.
You have swayed. Now, but this was the most Indianapolis experience to end my time I'm like waiting. You know, I was like group 7 of whatever the groups are when they let you board. They're like, group names. And I'm like looking, and I see this very tall individual walking and hustling over to the gate and I'm like, is that Indiana Pacers forward Obi Toppin? Sure enough, sure enough, to conclude my Indiana experience, it was 8th most famous Pacer, Obi Toppin. I didn't realize I had first class on my flight, so I was like, "Oh, that makes sense."
On the way back or both ways?
No. I didn't have first class, but I didn't know the flight. The flight actually had first class. I'm like, oh, it makes sense because I didn't think. I was like, didn't Obi Toppin just sign a $60 million deal?
I was gonna say,
wait a minute. So here's the kicker. When you sent the text,
Yeah.
you made it sound like you were flying first class.
No.
Yeah.
I thought I thought Marcos asked exit row or first class, and I was
I wanted to make sure, you know.
No. I wasn't sitting first class, but it was fun. No, like I didn't even realize that the flight had first because I flew Southwest there, and Southwest doesn't have first class.
Right.
Southwest is open seating. So I had forgotten that American Airlines has first class. I'm like, is Obi Toppin just flying commercial? Like, and because my first thought was, didn't he just sign like an $80 million deal?
But
so you mean to tell me
well, sometimes you fly like you got to fly, but I always get screwed because on the way there, see, I know when I have my luggage, it's going to cost extra, right? So if I can upgrade to first class, you don't have to pay that money for the luggage, but you get to fly first class for the same money. So that's why every time we fly, I always check. But here's how they get you. On the way back, they don't give you that option.
Yeah.
So you always get stuck.
Always. Dade South's like, this guy doesn't have socks on. Can't trust him. Somebody did go little piggies out on the way there, full barefoot next to me. I was like, ugh.
Barefoot.
I'm glad it was gross. You're right. I'm glad you guys saved me from that.
Oh my goodness. Come on.
Gotta wear socks.
You can't trust them.
Can't trust them.
You can't. And Tobin would do it.
I'm glad you guys saved me from that.
Somebody, Harvey and Richie said the dog sniffed me the other day. I thought I was done.
Look at this guy.
Oh,
the piggies.
Wait a minute. Toes. I'm telling you, dude.
There is no sign of his shoes anywhere.
Wait, he doesn't look like he has toes.
I know. Look at this.
Look at how little his toes are. Except for that one middle toe. Oh my good. Tobin. Now
does look like he has an overgrown baby foot.
Wait. So are you glad we talked you out of that?
Very glad.
Okay.
Very glad. Very glad.
Goodness.
Then I had this little child next to me. I thought I was gonna luck out because they were like very last minute on the plane. I was like, ooh, I'm gonna get a whole row to myself. And then no.
At least, well, if you have a little kid, you got room. Unless he's
but he was Talladega Nights, dude. He was cheer. This kid was getting ready for the Olympics, dude. Doing like a Simone Biles routine in his seat.
He was hopped up on Mountain Dew.
Hopped up on Mountain Dew, Chip.
Dude, you know what's amazing? That trip back from Vegas, when everybody's exhausted on the plane, watching people trying to get in a position to sleep, it's almost borderline embarrassing. Like you will sleep. I see people sleeping on a tripod. Like Tobin was just like, that's why I always get middle seat is terrible. I always get the one by the window, and I can just grab my little.
You can just snuggle.
Yeah.
I'm an aisle seat guy. I like the aisle.
Oh
Pop
yeah,
up when I want.
Aisle,
for sure.
You can't trust the people next to you.
Yeah,
like because I'm always looking at them like, is this guy gonna have to go use the bathroom during the flight, right? Or if you have old people, they don't care. Excuse me.
Yeah. Oh, dude, the old people that I had the last time we got back from Vegas, the two, because they were wheelchair bound, except somehow, I mean, they must have had so many years of marriage that the old abuelo, he was ready to hightail it out of there away from abuela because he left her high and dry. And then as soon as he got to the end of the flight, right on the wheelchair, I was like, damn, it's like that after all those years of marriage, huh? Leave her in the dust. He mustered up the strength to just have 30 seconds apiece.
This is it. This is his athletic feat of the day. He got his steps in.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
We actually don't have time for it.
Still, still got my back. You know what that's for?
That's for Tua.
That's for Tua's money.
We'll take a break. We'll give you your Dolphins updates coming up next. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you, 560 WQAM.
Dude, sound like for the last couple of weeks, you've been sounding like you've been just lighting it up on both sides of the candle.
I know. I'm very happy to be home and just get to stay home now.
You know what I like about home? I can just go in my backyard, turn on my TV. If I want to cook something on the grill and just get in the pool and chill.
Yep. I'm just excited to be home.
Last time we tried to do that, we almost dehydrated at in Vegas because it's so hot. Oh my goodness, so hot.
Yeah, it was brutal.
Monday was the hottest day ever
in Vegas.
No, like statistically in the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which beat the previous record set on Sunday.
Are you liking this? You liking this as an amphibian? You don't.
No, because all the ponds are drying out. No mud.
Miami Dolphins are getting back on the practice field today. Day 3 of training camp. I cannot wait for the stock report today. I'm so excited.
My goodness.
I cannot wait. People are out here. We're worried about what Tua is going to do. I really am just excited because I want to know, can Cam Smith build off of yesterday? Can Chop Robinson build off of yesterday? Whose stock will be up and whose stock will be down?
All I care about is let's get a little physicality. Let's put the pads on because you got to see how Chop Robinson's going to handle hands really being put on him.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying? So
I'm going to be boots on the ground on Sunday. I'm going to go.
Where are you going?
Yeah. Boots on the ground.
I thought about it. I usually go once or twice a year, but it's too hot.
Well, it ain't in Davie anymore either.
And I got it's just right there for me. I can just hop right on. But the problem is got a golf tournament this weekend.
Ooh.
Yeah,
and the trigger figure is fixed.
Are you teaming up with our boy Lou?
No. It's the Broward Amateur is this weekend.
Gotcha.
Of course, the BA. Mike McDaniel has just addressed the media. This is the Dolphins head coach on the plan with Tua for today.
Tua, we didn't observe him do anything yesterday. Was that Veteran Day of rest, or was that part of his hold in? And what do you expect today?
No, there's nothing's changed really from that standpoint and how we're collectively approaching practice. As far as today, I do think you'll observe him playing football in a multitude of fashions.
Do you guys talk every day about the plan for the day, or is there a plan for the week? How do you do that?
Every day. I think it's important to assess all variables, take into consideration everyone involved as the head coach. And so, you'd love to get in front of it, but there's a lot of days that if you're trying to extrapolate that, a lot of days that you can't account for different way the wind blows. So every day assessing exactly what we're doing because we're trying to do good jobs here.
Well, I appreciate everybody trying to do a good job.
Yo, see, here's the thing. I can sense the just annoying behavior of Mike McDaniel. He's answering like in his way, like when he answers short and just ends it, like he's getting annoyed by it.
Of course.
Right. He is. And I don't blame him. But at the same time, he's trying to be a good soldier about it too. Right. So and here's the difference. And here's why I wish Vlad was here. Right.
Ouch.
Damn,
the way his coach went after his quarterback for missing a couple of days, and the way Mike McDaniel handles this situation. He ain't throwing nobody under the bus, right?
He's trying not to.
He's trying not to. But Saleh just Is
Well, but it is, look, as much as Mike McDaniel is fun loving and a different guy, he is still a football coach, and he is meticulous, and he does want things run his way. And I'm sure he is sick of the
what can
UTEP
you do,
quarterback
though?
getting a
It's
lot of
out
reps.
of your hands.
I don't know.
It's out of your hands. There is nothing here. There is nothing at this point that Mike McDaniel could say that would get it done, but there is a lot that Mike McDaniel would say that could piss some people off.
What if Tua
Either
goes,
his bosses or his star player.
Mhm.
So it's a
But at this point for him, isn't it more important for him to back his player than his bosses?
yes. Here's
Like-
why. Because there has been no person in this world that has supported Tua more than Mike McDaniel. And if ever he gives any inclination that he doesn't support him as much as he has, then that could affect what Tua does on the field.
I'm thinking about this because the fans get to go out for the first time on Sunday. So Tua, he balls out a couple of days. He gets that orange jersey. Then he controls the playlist. And I go back to D Wade's contract standoff back with the Miami Heat, where on Snapchat, he would play Rihanna's Bitch Better Have My Money. And so if he gets to control the playlist, we could just we could hear Rihanna as soon as everybody comes out of the tunnel.
Well,
Or do you feel like they would negate the
jab,
playlist?
It was a jab.
can't negate the playlist.
Can't negate the playlist.
Them's the rules.
Them's the rules. So if he
Them's the
goes and
rules.
gets
Now,
that
they
orange,
could come at him. They could come at him with, we can't have that kind of vulgar, music on the thing. We say, well, I'll play the clean version then. Not my money.
he goes, "Oh no. We've replaced bitch with the word fins. Fins better have my money."
Nice. Like a
And then would it be something if all the fans start cheering that?
Yeah. Well, I am curious.
Ooh.
I am very curious. Like what is going to be the fan reaction, especially if he's not at, like. I feel like if he goes out there and in front of the fans, I don't know what the better approach is, not playing or throwing a bombski. Probably throwing a bombski, but then all of a sudden everybody goes, pay to.
Here's the problem. If the organization had supported Tua and handled his first 2 years right, and we were to this point, I'd be more inclined to agree with them. Right? But part of the reason why Tua isn't farther along is because the way they handled Tua his first 2 years. And so then you can't turn around and then put that on him. Right? It's like, and so, and I wonder why any organization does this. And people have been around football as long as all these people have, know the process of developing a player and what have you. And for people to just think that after 2 or 3 years as a quarterback, you're supposed to know when you come right into the league playing at the highest level, right? You're learning on the fly. You're taking your bumps and bruises in game time situations. Now add injury into that. Right. And so you can go back and use whatever excuse you want for Tua. Fans can say, well, he hasn't won a big game. Well, hell, hasn't nobody won a big game in 20 plus years here. So at what point are you going to give a guy a chance to do it? Was he supposed to do it right away? Well, I mean, like, that's what I don't get.
Well, it's also like, this is going to be such a joyless season if we're going to go through this. And it's like, it kind of feels that way. Like it feels almost, I feel like everybody was so amped for last year. And I don't know, it feels like now it's back to, because it was such a heartbreaking, and they had a part in it. They blew it last year.
Yeah.
Yes, there was some very, very bad luck too. But ultimately, like, we were all riding high in the middle of that year. You had the 1 seed in hand, you had the AFC East in hand, and you yacked all over yourself. I feel like the trickle down has been, man, everybody just feels so
But
like lifeless going into this
can
year.
can I here's the point in time where the organization has to sit back, evaluate the end of last year, and come up with some honest answers. Why did this happen? Right? More so than we do, more so than the fans do, because now we're sitting back looking as if we don't understand what happened last year with everybody being broken down. Like that didn't matter. And so we have this conversation all the time when I say, if I'm a player and I'm not 100%, I would question whether I should play, because you're going to get graded as if you didn't try to suck it up and give whatever you can. And if you don't play, fans say, well, why don't you give us something? This is why. Situations like this, that team was diminished to a level where it made it difficult for them to be the team that we saw in the middle of the season. Now, get it. It goes to the quarterback. I get that. We can do that. Fans can do that. But not the organization. They should have the real reasons why it didn't work out.
For sure.
And what they're doing is they're basically putting it all on Tua too.
We'll take a quick break. More to come here. We're streaming live on YouTube and Twitch, Miami 560 WQAM. Before we get the break, though, I want to let you guys know, if you guys want to get to Misfits Boxing, it is coming to the James L. Knight Center on August 10th. Give you a chance to win right now. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. The event features the highly anticipated match between FaZe Temper and Josh Bruckner. Caller 3 to 305-567-0560. It is Misfits Boxing coming to the James L. Knight Center on August 10th. The influencer boxing going hot and heavy right now. If you guys want to go, should be a really fun event. 305-567-0560. Caller 3 will win a pair of tickets right now. Back with more after this.
Skate up, gator boots with the boots out. Gucci's, them Gucci's.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Happy Friday to everybody out there getting into this weekend. Good to be back in South Florida. Indianapolis. I'm so happy to be back.
You're not really in South Florida.
Well, I mean, of course, I'm more South Florida than I was in Indiana.
Yeah,
for sure.
The
I
only
went
thing
to
that,
a ranch in Florida the other day, and I was like, "Where the hell am I?"
where were you?
Tobin's
What?
house.
Westgate River Ranch. You guys ever heard of that?
I don't know what that is. What is that?
Exactly. I don't know. It's like if you do like family reunions, you can rent more than one thing.
Is that like one of those things where they're like, "Hey, come on, this will be fun," and you're like, "This isn't fun."
Oh yeah, it was great that I was only required to be there for a couple hours because I had a show that weekend. So sorry, guys.
Yeah.
But enjoy camping for the next 2 days. That should be fun.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, listen, you're a big star. I'm a big star. I have no time for ranching. What am I, part of Yellowstone?
Okay.
Speaking of Cowboys,
Mm.
you see this Jerry Jones?
Dude, like, you think behind closed doors they like, oh crap, we in trouble. Jerry, say something.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what this was.
Because he has 3 players who are going to get paid top 5 in their position. That's not counting the other 2 they just assume is leaving.
Yeah.
And he has no answer for it.
Oh, he has an answer.
I mean, he does. It ain't a good one.
It's a long-winded answer. Here was Jerry Jones yesterday discussing the state of the Cowboys.
I'm all in. I'm all in. Sometimes being all in means you narrow. You remove the months out here that are in the future. And you narrow it down to where all we're talking about is right now and the next playoff season. And that's it for everybody. We're all in. We're all in. It's all right there. Let's okay. We all got some things out here in the future, another 2 or 3 years on contracts, all that stuff. Let's all get in here. 0 right now in this. Dak's got his year. Contract. Let's focus right here. We all got a lot on the line for that playoff game. A lot of it. So you got to understand a weird way of looking at it a little bit with that time. Now, having said that, I want to say this to our fans. I know that I have had a lot of mistakes in these years. But the same guys making this decision that has the Cowboys and really got there by the skin of my teeth. And it was a miracle that I was able to pull it off. A miracle. But the same imagination, the same risk taking, the same taking risk, but being pragmatic, being inconsistent, sometimes looking like you're a Mississippi riverboat gambler, and then sometimes looking like you're trying to guard the national vault. Those inconsistencies are how we got here. Now, that is what you're seeing going on right now. And I don't know for sure if it's going to work, but I am giving it everything I've got, and I'm all in to have it everything I've got. As sensitive as our fans are, they got a full-time me. I'm all in.
All right, Calvin.
Can I just break that down for you?
All right, Calvin.
Please give it your best shot.
Dak, CD, Micah, y'all ain't getting nothing. Let's just concentrate on this year. And then we'll revisit this next year, even though we're going to be in a worse situation next year. Right? Because think about it. If you get to where you want to go, say they get to the NFC Championship game.
Yep.
Dak, CD, and Micah. Now you really can't afford them all.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's the problem. They gave up 48 points to Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think a defensive player should be coming asking me for more money. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it's like his first time getting paid. Of course he's gonna ask for more money, you know?
He can ask. But see, here's what I like to do. I like to take the reasons why it didn't work and compare them to what we think of Tua. Right? Some quarterbacks, they will always give that benefit to. For example, Aaron Rodgers, as long as he's been in Green Bay, no running game, no playmakers, no defense, right? That's all we heard with Aaron Rodgers. Even though they go 13-3, 14-2, 12-4 every year, right? Some quarterbacks, no matter what is going on around them, it's on them. Dak's one of those guys. Like, you can say what you want about Dak. Dak didn't give up 48 points. He didn't play a lick of defense. 48 points to Green Bay. Y'all gave up so many points against Green Bay. They quarterback holding out.
That's true.
Right? And they scored 32. It wasn't a blowout.
He knows, but he's like, as a riverboat gambler, whatever the hell he's called, does he know what all in means? Because it kind of feels like he's calling. I don't think he is all in. I don't think he understands. That's not what that means.
As a riverboat gambler, all in means that you put all your chips on the table and sign everybody.
It kind of is like, no, you guys are all in. I'm going to sit this one out.
Right. I get where he is. He's in a bad spot. And he's trying to explain being in a bad spot while still keeping the enthusiasm of his fans.
Yep.
And at some point, you just got to be aware that, man, and it's his own doing, because at any point in time, he could have re-signed some of these guys early and kind of created some more space for the future. But he's the only guy that now he's going to have 5 guys that's going to get paid in the top 5 of their position. And you can't withstand that.
Yeah, I mean, like, you can. I mean, it's first of all, this cap keeps going up.
Not 5 guys. Not 5 guys.
Year.
You can have one. You can have 1 or 2, maybe 3 guys.
The only
you cannot have 5 guys getting paid top 5 money.
Yeah,
in the
but
league.
the only guy that you really could look at if you're the Dallas Cowboys of obvious, like, you want to like give it one last hurrah. Like, I can understand them saying, "Hey, Dak Prescott, let's give it one last hurrah." You have paid Dak Prescott once.
Yeah, but here's the problem. If you do this, you can't franchise it. And athletes are petty too.
Mm-hmm.
That could go somewhere just because.
He could, but like the odds are, though, if they do end up giving him the contract that he wants, he's probably not going to go anywhere. He's probably
Are
not.
you willing to? Would you be willing to bet your franchise on that?
Am I betting my franchise on
No,
Dak
what I'm
Prescott
saying,
not
if
leaving?
if you're an owner and say Dak does well this year and get you to an NFC Championship game, are you willing to hope with the games that you've played with Dak, not only this contract, but the last contract, that he just says, you know what, I'm done? Then what?
I don't know. I feel like if you get to that point, they're gonna back up the Brinks truck for him.
But then what about the other 2 guys? And
those are the 2 guys though that I would take care of. Like, I would take care of guys who are young stars like that, and they're on their last deal. Like, I wouldn't play games with that. Like, this is the same thing that we have.
Dak's only 30.
Yeah, but Dak's had a big contract before. It is different. It is different between being on your first contract and Dak Prescott, who's already been paid $1 gazillion. It is different. It's not. It's like it is. It's a little slightly different, and usually quarterbacks that shelf life is a little longer. Like even if Dak Prescott, God forbid, had a torn ACL this year,
he did. He got paid when he got hurt.
He did. But I'm just saying, like, God forbid that happened, he still probably would get. I mean, we just saw how much did Kirk Cousins get off a torn Achilles.
Right.
Someone's gonna pay Dak Prescott.
Right.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, but here, if you own the team, that's the most important position, right? Why are we playing games with that position if you have acknowledged that that's the most important position?
It kind of sounds like, though, he said, like, when you say you're all in, and if it sounded like if it flames out this year, like, are they going to tank? Can't picture the Cowboys tanking. Like, I don't know when the last time they've done that. They've had a pretty, charmed quarterback life. Like, they really have, they've gone from Romo to Dak Prescott pretty seamlessly. They haven't had a lot of gaps there outside of the injuries.
Right.
And Jerry being the age that he's at, like, is he really going to tank? Like, would he really do that?
I just like, first of all, I'm a big believer in keeping the guys you drafted. I think that's very important because that is a reflection of your organization, not the guys you bring in and pay a bunch of money.
I'm all in.
No, you're not. Sound like you put your left foot in, you take your left foot out, you put your left foot in, and you shake it all about. Right? It don't sound like he all in.
It's the Jerry Jones hokey pokey.
Put it this way: I've never met somebody that was all in that didn't spend no money.
Schmeathan says Jerry Jones is only 2 years older than Pat Riley. Yeah, but come on, look at him. Pat Riley's handsome, dude.
Yeah, Pat Riley ain't walking around with a bottle of blue. Right?
No, well, he did say he was sipping tequila at the end of the season, right?
Well, sipping. He ain't got. Wait. Nobody don't know what Pat Riley's drink of choice is because he always drinking it.
Pat Riley, he was drinking the Matthew McConaughey tequila watching Game 5, which is just such a sad experience. He's just like, oh, there's so much Patty Mills.
Yeah. And then they go on to win.
I don't know how to handle those two situations. When you look at what Jerry Jones has to deal with, this Tua situation don't seem that bad. Right? Because it's only one guy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to throw Tyreek in there too.
But there's a difference.
Holland's waiting for a call. You hear his comment yesterday? I'll get this for you. We'll take a break. We'll give you the Jevon Holland had some comments on his contract. Take a break. Back after this.
For our Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua. It's our Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Tonga Valoa. Not
Tua Tagovailoa.
A for effort. Dolphins quarterback.
Tua.
It's our Tua. It's our Tua.
Tua.
Tua, Tua, Tua. Tua, Tua, Tua. Can go to hell. Tua Tagovailoa. Dolphins quarterback. Daddy loves you guys.
Our Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Bitch better have my money on the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Let's get to our headlines. Brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy a truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins about to hit the practice field in a matter of minutes, and it is day 3 of training camp. Emmanuel Ogbah had the orange jersey yesterday. Mike McDaniel raving about Emmanuel Ogbah. He said yesterday's practice was even better than the Wednesday practice that earned him the orange jersey. Apparently, he was flying around at 19 miles per hour, Leroy.
He was good. He was good. Just got schemed out when he got injured.
So it is good to see Emmanuel Ogbah having some good practices going. You guys see Team USA. It is we got group play starting up Sunday, 11:15-ish. Leroy is when the game gets going. Are you excited about this? These are my 2 teams, but I'm rooting for America. USA versus Serbia.
I can't even talk to you right now.
Why?
You know why. This dude rooting for 7 teams in the
I'm not rooting for 7 teams. I'm rooting for 2 MV players. I love Jovic.
Listen,
such a rascal.
This is how this works. I have played with some of my dearest friends, and then I played against them. And when I played against them, I tried to beat the brakes off of them so we can talk trash in the off season. Don't mean I'm not their friend. Don't mean I don't love them. But I want to have the bragging rights. That being said, you root for the U.S.
Yep.
I don't care who's on the other team or play for what country they play for. And that's it. There's no negotiating. You can't have 2 or 3 teams in the Olympics. No. Now, so say if they get to the medal rounds.
Yeah.
And Serbia is playing somebody.
Yep.
But not the U.S. Because the U.S. is playing for the gold. Then you can say, I hope Serbia wins.
Well, that's what I was saying.
No, you're not. That's
what I said.
That is not what you were saying.
That's what I said.
That is not what you were saying.
I'm only rooting. I'm rooting for Serbia except against America.
When we originally had this conversation, it was 3 teams.
No. What?
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. What it was if somebody said, if Goran was still playing for Slovenia, would you root for Slovenia? I said, of course. I love Gogi. Why would I root for Slovenia? So then it would have been 3 teams, but he's not. So I'm not rooting for 3 teams. I'm only rooting for 2 teams. Slovenia's not even in it.
Here's the deal. It's the Olympics. You root for the U.S. and only the U.S.
Yeah.
Until the scenario, as you want to say, is set up. So if Serbia's playing for the bronze and the U.S. playing for the gold and all the damage is done and now we just meddling, okay. You can say, you know what, I want to see.
So I can't even root for group play?
No.
Wow.
Because Serbia's in your group.
Yeah, but like
Serbia's in your group.
USA's going to take care of them?
No, no. You root for U.S. You don't root for Serbia. It ain't got nothing to do with Nico.
Good. I don't want you to root for us. Big mistake. Barry got away with it without Nico.
You like how you How you hedging your bets in the Olympics, dude?
I've told my baby boy, I say,
You can speak whatever accent you want. You American.
I tell baby boy, I say, you go out there, you give Sposter a peace of mind and piece of buckets. Remember, he played Caleb Martin in front of you 8'4". He's 6'3", doesn't even make sense.
Is he 6'3"?
Hey, we're not having no more of this. This is not a debate. This is not up for discussion. You root for the U.S. In the story. You turn on the Olympics. You see that red, white, and blue. You just root for it.
Well, that'd be the same colors, but I mean, yeah, I do. I understand what you're saying.
Even no matter what sport you're watching.
Did you guys see Kevin Durant get posterized yesterday?
Oh yes, did you tweet about it? That's what I was impressive.
Oh my goodness,
Ant-Man killed him.
Yeah, did his best.
Yeah. He said, "I tried, Jennifer."
I tried, of course.
Referring, of course, to the old CJ McCollum tweet of Jennifer, the Blazers fan, who told CJ McCollum to make the playoffs, and he famously responded, "I'm trying, Jennifer."
I'm trying. That's so great.
It's funny seeing like how young, because a lot of people didn't get that joke yesterday, and you're like, wow, you really see how many of these accounts, really popular accounts on Twitter, are not by anybody who's older than 15, because that wasn't that long ago to not know that reference.
Yeah, for sure.
Nico doesn't get reference, but I tell you what he does get. Buckets. You better be ready, Bam. Strap in.
You enough of this.
Man.
Enough of this.
What?
The Olympics start. We are only concentrating on the U.S.
We can't just
medal
concentrate
count
on the U.S.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Because I mean, we got to scout opponents too.
Oh,
No, you don't.
Gotta get ahead.
Especially the way they've been playing lately.
Oh my goodness.
Dicey.
Isn't it something where your oldest guy might have to play 30 minutes a night?
Could you imagine 40-year-old Serbian out there smoking cigarettes?
Do they drink vodka over there?
There's Vladimir the blacksmith out there playing power forward against LeBron.
LeBron.
I'm actually worried about Serbia. Serbia's got some ballers, dude.
Yeah, but guess what?
They got Bogdanoviches.
But here's the deal. The deal with the U.S. is the starting unit, that's just like for show.
Yep.
That second unit will lock your ass down.
Yep.
And that's like, and watch how quick Steve Kerr, if things don't go right, and within 2 minutes of the game, that second unit will be in.
I agree. I think that he's going to have the quick trigger for it for sure. So I got that. I went a Marlins trade yesterday.
AJ Puck.
AJ Puck has been dealt to the Arizona Diamondbacks for two prospects, Deyvison De Los Santos.
Yes.
And center fielder Andrew Pintar.
Which means if they bringing in a center fielder.
Yeah, there is some word that Jazz is going to. Well, this guy's like he's in like AA, but there has been some thought that Jazz is going to get some time at second base.
Wait, they bring pitchers up from AA. That's how Dontrell came up.
Dontrell
came up from AA.
Jazz is playing awesome though right now, man.
Yeah, but it's not here. Here's the two things I have a problem with. One, whenever they trade somebody, they never trade them for anybody, right? Like we've gotten over the past 15 years, we've gotten the worst end of damn near every trade. That being said, as great as Jazz is playing, they're not winning nothing.
I understand, but that's not his fault.
It's not his fault, but the iron's hot with him. You could get something. My problem is what they get. So, like, okay, how are we going to handle this when every time you trade a guy that has any value, you don't get anything for him?
Well, I think the thing with Jazz is the assumption is if you're going to trade for him, you're going to have to pay him eventually. I think he's got 2 years left to control. So I think that's probably part of it. And there's also it's kind of a nasty negotiating game going on with him because everyone's trying to do this bold leap of, oh, I don't know, he's a locker room malcontent sometimes, so people are trying to like, it seems like publicly torpedo his value, which
politics. They politicking.
They're politicking.
That's
And
listen, guess what?
I wonder this though. Like, look, if you're not,
they can't politic. The Marlins can't politic. You know why? Because everybody believes a player over the Marlins because that's what this franchise has been.
Right. Well, I do wonder this though. Like, if you're the Marlins, right, and you have somebody, it's taken them so long to get anybody of offensive talent on their team. You're not paying anybody on this team next year. No. Would it really kill the Marlins to give somebody like Jazz Chisholm an extension or come to him with it? Now, I realize Jazz may want to go off to the Yankees or Philly or some big market. He obviously has a big personality, a star persona. So he may want to get the hell out of here. He may not want to stick around. But if you are going to get fleeced in these deals or you're just sending him off to send him off, is there any shot that they just go and roll the dice on bringing him back at least next year?
I don't want to trade with the Yankees because if you trade with the Yankees, you're going to get something that if he was any good would be playing with the Yankees. Right?
I mean, like, look, the people do have good prospects. I'm not saying like it's impossible to go and get a good deal for him. Supposedly the deal they did yesterday, they got the 6th best prospect from the Diamondbacks. So
the 6th best prospect in their organization or overall?
In their organization. For a reliever? Not bad. Especially with him. I mean, you never know with him.
So you know he's going to come here and hit 200.
Well,
because I don't know what it is about when they come to hit for the Marlins.
He's not wrong about that.
Like, every time, look, dude could bat 700. He's batting 700 in the last 2 months. Great prospect. You bring him up, can't hit the broadside of a barn.
Tanner Scott's as good as gone. He's going to be out of here. But so far, they're trying to deal Jazz, but apparently no deals are close, according to Craig Mish.
When is the trade done? No, trade done. When is the trade done?
I think it's next Tuesday.
Yeah. Okay. We got time. I mean, it's not like, and baseball is like, it's weird for me because of all the sports. There's really not one guy that can take over a game on a nightly basis. You can say that in all the other sports. You can say that in football. You can say that in hockey. Hell, we just watched what Connor McDavid did. He did like.
What did he do? Score 0 points in the last 2 games?
I mean, come on, dude. Stop.
What?
Stop. You know what I'm saying.
You mean Mr. Empty Con Smythe?
Yeah.
Connor McDavid?
Anyway.
They call him the con artist.
Anyway, you know what the hell I'm saying. In basketball, you can take over.
No,
in football, there's a guy that could go on the field and dominate. But if you're 3 for 3 with 3 home runs in baseball, it don't mean you're gonna win. That's just 3 runs. Like it on a nightly basis. I don't care how good you are, you can get lost.
But riddle me this, Batman.
Sure.
How does a goalie who has a shutout and gives up 1 goal in a clincher? How does that guy not get the award over the guy who had 0 points in 2 games?
Because he gave up a
Who gives a rat's ass?
Because
he had more elite games than he had stinkers.
He also gave up an Archie Manning.
No, he didn't give up an Archie Manning. He came out.
Okay.
Oof, ridiculous. What is this hockey racket? I'm sick of it.
But I'm just saying,
you guys don't deserve the Panthers. NHL.
Back to Jazz.
Sorry.
So, like, regardless of how good a year Jazz is having, right? You can probably get some good prospects for him. However, every time they trade a good player for prospects, the prospects don't pan out. So right. I'm more inclined to just keep the guy you know is going to be well. Now, here's the problem. He's going to can he go to arbitration after this year?
I think he's got 2 more years of control. I mean, they still go to arbitration.
Right. So, like, yeah, look at how this. So I that's a tough spot. I don't know what to do.
They're gonna trade him if
they are. Ultimately, are you going to feel confident in who they bring in?
No, why would I have any confidence? Like, I don't know. I mean, like, I suppose your just faith is in Peter Bendix being super baseball nerd and he's going to figure it out. But
they trading the guy that they got in a trade.
Yeah, but not but that's not a trade he made. I mean, that's back. That trade was made back in the day for Zach
But
Gallen.
it's one that worked.
They gave him.
And if you said, wait, the fact that you're saying means that you can trade Jazz.
I'm just asking if any, I guess the thing that I'm just like, well, if people are going to play this game publicly with the Marlins where they're like, oh, I don't know what a personality he is, like, all right, screw it. Like, I don't want them to get fleeced for Jazz, is I guess what I'm saying.
Contrary to popular belief, all you morons in the real world, right? We don't always get along with all of our coworkers.
That's true.
And at some point, you look at the production over the malcontent, right? He ain't got to go in the batter's box and hit with friends.
I mean, he's not a malcontent. He's had one public beef against Miguel Rojas, who I love Miggy Rowe. Miggy Rowe is as class as they come. They hated each other.
Right.
Happens. Sometimes people don't like each other.
Right. But I'm just right. That's my point. My point is that whatever you may think or what people may think or whatever, like it's baseball. Like at some point, did the Marlins get fleeced with Stanton? I'm gonna say this.
Well, Stan made a gazillion dollars. You weren't going to get a lot for him.
Here, I'll say this. That was a salary dump. And he's always hurt. So if he was still here, oh my goodness. They couldn't afford that.
Did you see, by the way, Yelich's back is jacked up again?
Yeah, he's been pretty good too.
No, I mean, he was an MVP candidate, but now apparently he might have to get season-ending back surgery. It's really weird, right? Like he's had that since he was a kid.
Right. But that's because he's so tall, right? You're so tall and you got that twerking of the core.
This is the whole point of why I said what I said, though, back in the day. Like, I mean, my heart was in the right place.
No, you didn't think he was going to be that good, and he's a baller. That's the fact.
Take a break. Back after this.
This hour
With so much drama in the LBC, it's kind of hard being.
Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. Hey, Leroy, can we get a weather update?
Sure can.
And that is brought to us by the Demesman and Dover Law Firm, youraccidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them at 866-954-MORE.
It hasn't really been that warm, although I heard it's been the hottest this past weekend as it was in the world ever.
That's according to Frog Boy.
Yeah.
Take for what it's worth, you know.
All right.
I mean, look what he's wearing.
We got winds at about 5 to 10 miles an hour. Looking for which way these clouds are going. Them big clouds don't move. Look like it's still coming out of the east-southeast. And I would say it's partly cloudy. There's a lot of sun out there. And the clouds don't look like they're carrying any darkness. So it's just, I go a little partly cloudy or mostly sunny, however you want to do that. But this time of year, I always look for a straight shower in the evenings. And I would say it's about 87 degrees.
Did you guys see yesterday that Khalil Ware showed up to a Miami Heat camp, which immediately made me think of Bryant McKinney telling us the story about it's a giant. Because you know those kids are probably thinking, as soon as the 7'1" guy walks in, oh my God, it's a giant.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Miami Dolphins training camp going on as we speak. They're over there at Miami Gardens. The first practice open to the fans will be Sunday. I'll be boots on the ground for that one. And I will come back. And I'm going to have my own stock up, stock down, by the way, Leroy. You know, I can't wait. Firsthand.
Can I be honest with you?
observations.
Can I be honest with you?
Why, dude? What's up?
There's certain people that shouldn't be allowed to watch football.
That's not fair.
You should just be able to enjoy the game, enjoy the games, enjoy your team, and whatever. But if you go to practice, I know you're going to come back with just some hot garbage.
That's not true. First of all, I'm going to bring my notes, you know, and a legal pad, ready for football. You know, I'm going to have things to say. I'm keeping track out there on that football field. You know, we'll see. We'll see what the vibes are like. We'll see what the fans have to say. I'm excited about it. Very excited. Now, we got to attend to this because it's not all Tua who's waiting for some money. Jevon Holland, a.k.a. the Snowman. He's also in the last year of a deal. And it's a second-round pick. No fifth-year option for him, you know? So this is what he had to say. Now, he said before he understands he's on the back burner. Because Tua don't got a deal. He knows he ain't getting a deal. But here was Jevon Holland asked about his contract situation yesterday.
I mean, it's not like I'm dictating time on my contract. Because if I was dictating the time, I would have got paid my rookie year. But hey, man, it's, you know, when it comes, it comes. That's all. Like, I can't control none of that. So, yeah, man. Whenever they want to, I'll pick up the phone. But I'm out here every day, just, you know, trying to get better.
There you go.
Gotta love that guy.
I do too.
Yeah, but you know what? And cool for him. He has the right attitude. But him and Tua are kind of the same in that they are going to put him on the back burner because they're not making a ruckus.
Yep.
And that's the part that gets to me. You don't want a guy to cause problems, but if he doesn't cause problems, you ignore him. And that's where we are, right? And so, and maybe that's not the case. Maybe they're really trying to get something done, and maybe they want to get something done. But guess what? That's what happened to Christian Wilkins, right? So all I have is when teams go out of their way to re-sign the guys that they have, that they drafted, and they just let a guy go and put themselves in a situation where it can happen again. Like, I start feeling a little like, what are we doing?
Menu 631 says, and Tua can't do that. He wants him to pull a Jevon. Can't do a Jevon Holland.
I think they're in different situations.
They're different situations.
As much as I get on Tua, I do feel like the way the teammates are rallying around him, they're kind of setting the precedent of like he's the leader for sure. Pay him, take care of him, and then everyone else, it'll be a domino effect from there. But I think they're just different situations.
If the Tua talks go awry, like they probably will go pay Jevon Holland. Like they probably will say if it goes really bad and they're gonna have all this money to spend on people, like he's gonna get paid. It's just one of those things where I think because I don't know what a safety franchise tag is, but I imagine it's nowhere near the realm of a DT or a quarterback. So
right, no,
like that's one of those where I think they feel like they have a safety net with Jevon Holland if they got to that next year. But I mean, look, the praise has been pouring in for him. I mean, ESPN executives, they ranked him the 5th best safety in the league. I know that he had that. I've never heard of what happened last year where he sprained 2 MCLs.
Yeah.
Oh, that was great. They need to ban that damn MetLife field. 2 sprained MCLs. What kind of barbarian stuff is that? Fix your field, New York or New Jersey.
Yeah, they don't even play in New York.
So stupid. Yeah, I was talking to who was I talking? What's the guy's name? Dan Lanning. Now he didn't coach Jevon Holland. They missed because Jevon was a Cristobal guy, sat out his last year because of COVID. But he did spend some time with him this summer because he went up there to graduate. And Dan Lanning being a defensive guru that he is, he couldn't rate. I mean, he was raving about him. He's like, oh, I'm like, I mentioned Jevon Holland. You would have thought I mentioned his best son. Oh, she's like, I'm like, you want to take a cold shower, dude? Calm down. What's going on? Loves to.
I love Jevon Holland too, though. And anyone who speaks about him, not only is he like good physically, mentally, he's smart.
Yeah. I mean, you need guys like that on your team, right? But like, man. Like the company guy, like the more and more I like,
because he could. Listen. It's funny because we've seen him publicly on social media voice his opinion about stuff. I mean, he was very public about how much he hated Vic Fangio's guts. I think told him to, kick rocks down the street. So it's not like he's one who's shy of sharing his opinion.
But you also have to be honest with your situation, also.
Yeah.
Right. And know where the team is. And I think that's a good place to be in where you can say, hey, I know what's going on here. Right. That's situation number one. But don't forget about your boy. Right.
Hog Wild Fishing, which is a great name. MetLife Field might as well be playing asphalt in a parking lot that's just painted green. Wasn't that what Like Veteran Stadium was?
Yes. Yes. I put it this way. I have never played a game at Old Vet Stadium and somebody didn't leave there, either the Eagle or the team I played on, with a torn something. It was brutal.
Jesus.
We played the Eagles one time, and I ran up through the middle of the field and the safety came up and I kind of dump trucked him and he tore both his ACLs.
Ooh.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Jeez.
I survived. That's what we like. Even.
You just kind of like, did you like peer over your head and you'd be like, and just left, or did you check on him?
No, like I didn't know what was wrong with him. I
Damage
went right up. I went right up through him. I tell you what. Whenever I've run over somebody, I never push off of them. You know what I mean? That's just classless. So when people did that to me and did the walkover, the walkover,
yeah,
and put the junk all in, and dude, like there's only a few situations where I just get hot. That's one of them.
Well,
that's one of them. Or getting hit out of bounds. If you hit me out of bounds, we fight.
We'll take a quick break. Tickle Leroy's Hunt next.
fancy, huh? Oh, you fancy? Oh, you fancy? Huh? Oh, you fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo. I'm so fancy.
Nah.
You need a throat lozenge or something, my man?
What do you mean?
Did you try to turn your mic off while you were hacking loogies and all that stuff?
I felt fine. I think you're judging a little bit too strong. I gotta be honest with you here.
Okay. Dude, it sounded like I was going to have to send somebody over and do a little checky check on you.
I don't think so, dude. I think you're being a little ridiculous. I gotta be
Really?
honest with you. Yeah.
Very intense. It sound like, when them old people cough, like they just let it all out.
You're a real rat bastard. You know that?
I mean, you could have turned off the mic.
You know what? And then it's like, oh, you muted your mic anytime I try and
Well, because that's when you don't put it back on. Yep, it sounded like a car started from the 1920s. Yep.
Typical rat behavior.
Typical rat behavior.
Did you see what he said the other day? This guy really hates. He really hates Khabib.
He goes after everybody though.
He says that he's going to buy Khabib's house back from the Russian government and take a poop in it.
But with the accent, right?
Yeah. Leroy,
what's up?
The opening ceremonies of the Olympics. Why not?
I don't listen. Let me explain.
Fancy, not tickled.
I don't watch the Olympics till sports are being played.
Oh, that's
okay.
I mean,
missing out, dude.
No, I'm not missing out. What am I missing out on? I'm gonna sit in front of the TV and go, oh, here comes Sweden.
Ooh, tradition.
Yeah, it's a tradition for the Olympics, not for me.
It's like a Macy's Day Parade.
No, I don't watch that either.
Yeah, I don't either.
All right. Well, what if I could get you
Stop
with this?
acting like you watch the big balloons go by on your TV. Stop lying.
Throw it on.
No, you don't.
I don't even throw it on.
You know why? The only time you throw it on is if you put the TV on the football game a little bit early and they're ending a parade. That's it.
All right. What about this? 3 a.m. Slovenia versus Spain in men's handball. Take your fancy?
Dude, do you even like me?
What do you mean, dude? Whoa.
I'm not getting up 3 in the morning.
Maybe you
for
can't
handball.
sleep a little bit. If you can't sleep, you watch a little handball.
Fancy, not tickled.
Because if I get up early in the morning and I can't sleep, so I get up anyway at 4. But I can get up a little bit later because my tea time's later because of the tournament, right?
What time are you going to be up tomorrow? 5 a.m.?
Yeah, I get up at 5. I'll get up at 5.
5 a.m. Leroy on USA. Men's and women's 400 4x100 freestyle swimming. Take your fancy?
I might take a little look at that. I like the
My fancy is tickled.
I like the races, right? I like the races. I will also watch the Senior Open, so that's also going on.
What about at 6:45 a.m., Leroy?
Nope, I'm gone.
Well, let's just say you weren't.
Let's say I wasn't. Okay, I'll tell you if I'm intrigued.
Men's field hockey, Netherlands versus South Africa.
Can I just say this? I thought men did what's the other one with the baskets?
Lacrosse.
I thought they did lacrosse and not field hockey.
I'm with you. I did not know men played field hockey. I thought that was I thought the Irish called that hurling.
You know, you ever tried that?
Lacrosse?
First of all, no, field hockey. The stick is way too short and your back hurts after 3 seconds. Because you're just walking around just imagine like sweeping your floor with a brush.
If you're back at 8 a.m., Leroy, we got men's beach volleyball on NBC at 8 a.m. Team USA versus Cuba. Take your fancy?
Dude,
why not?
Fancy, not tickled.
That's intangible sports. We all
What?
You hit all the intangible sports start the Olympics early.
That's all I got so far. I'm
I know.
scrolling.
That's what I'm saying. Like
They got a lot. I mean, there's a
You
lot of
went-
Olympics going
you
on
went-
tomorrow.
Yeah.
We got rid of baseball, but we got field hockey.
Yeah. Flag football is on the way though.
Ooh.
No, it's not.
How about
next Olympics?
How about on NBC Digital 9:30? Women's bantamweight boxing and men's lightweight boxing.
Ooh.
You know what? If you watch the fight game and then you watch Olympic boxing,
Very corrupt.
it looks like it literally looks like misfits. Like they just go in there and swing like crazy because it's only 3 rounds and it's not very long, and they just swinging for the fences.
This doesn't do well off of my intangibles, but coming here at 11 a.m. tomorrow, Leroy, men's skateboarding. Take your fancy?
Dude, can I just say this?
Fancy, not tickled.
Waking up in a sport that at least has a black person in it. And that's not being racist. I'm just saying the sports that don't have that, I've never been interested in. Skateboarding? Come on. Are you going to watch skateboarding?
Jimmy Butler likes skateboarding.
Okay, good. He can watch it. He'll probably be there.
Coming up at 11:15 on Saturday, Leroy, France versus Brazil in men's basketball on CNBC.
Okay, I can work that.
Wembanyama.
Yep, I can work that because France. I mean, they got Rudy Gobert and Victor Wembanyama.
Yep.
That seems. And is Sarr on the team?
I don't think so, dude. I think he's got his own problems. You see these numbers Sarr was putting up? He had the worst shooting percentage
can
in
I just
Summer
tell
League
you?
history.
He put up a lot of offers.
Woof. All right. I think this one's going to get you.
Yeah. All right, I'm ready.
Men's fencing, 1 p.m.
Although, when Fonz was little, I went and got the expensive lightsabers, right? And we used to do that. So I've dabbled, but no.
Fancy, not tickled.
Dade South says one of our best skateboarders is black.
Yeah. Wait, Dade South, your fat ass can't get on a skateboard.
Wow. I apologize, Dade South.
Oh, dude.
You don't know what he looks like. You haven't seen him in like 3 years.
Wait, I'm just saying.
-1.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Nobody, wait. Nobody say nothing when they get us. Nobody says nothing. Him and Smeathan, when they get us.
Talking about America. That's all he was saying.
I'm just saying. Come on now.
Jesus.
Listen.
You're a bastard.
I don't see you flipping up and doing an ollie or whatever that's called. Come on.
Unnecessary roughness.
He said the U.S. I'm not fat shaming.
You fat shaming, dude.
All right, fine. All right, fine. I meant no disrespect.
Oh, okay. Damage is done, my friend.
Okay.
Damage is done.
Damage is done.
All right, fine.
7 p.m. tomorrow night.
All right, that's in my wheelhouse. I'll be home.
Women's
Relax.
water polo on USA Network. Team USA versus Greece.
Can I tell you something? I tried watching water polo and I almost drowned watching it. Right? I'm like, how are they? What? Right? That water's deep.
Fancy, not tickled.
No.
Yeah. What else we got here?
Not a lot of good sports.
It's the beginning, dude.
Okay.
They don't even start doing the run until next week.
If anybody is a little bit of an insomniac, 3:30 a.m. on Sunday morning.
Oh,
men's air pistol final.
what
Took your
are
fancy?
you even doing?
I don't know what that means. Air pistol. What do you
does
shoot?
that?
You're shooting a gun that's
Paper?
fired by air instead of a bullet, like
So it's not. What does that mean? It's like like a paintball gun, like with a
kind of with lead.
Hmm.
I'm assuming. You have to understand. I've never touched a gun, so I'm sitting here giving gun advice. I'm just making an assumption here.
Oh man, these air pistols though, they have long barrels. Like
Yeah, because that's the air.
There's only room in
Sexy
this
Star
town.
saying it's a BB gun.
Okay,
like an air rifle.
Yeah.
Okay.
I tell you what, I have been intrigued watching in the winter sports when they ski around for an hour and a half and then go shoot targets. Like that's some old war stuff right there, right?
Yeah.
Like you skate, they skating, and then they get down in their little and then shoot the targets.
5:40 a.m. on Sunday, Leroy. Women's gymnastics. You into watching women's gymnastics? I like women's gymnastics.
Yeah, I am. I'm interested. I think
Fancy's tickled.
I think but here's the thing. Here's what I get caught up in.
Fancy is tickled.
They do a whole bunch of qualifying first. Because it's a lot of countries. Right? And so you're not gonna know who's doing what. And I get nervous because with all that flipping, you're only a couple of inches away from splitting your wig. So I like the one where they on the bars, the uneven bars.
I thought you were doing the ribbon thing.
No, the men do one bar, the women do 2 bars. And then they do when they flip off and do like triple back flips and then
gotta stick the landing.
Stick the landing. I'm like, wow, incredible.
We got
that's an air pistol.
Yeah, it's the air pistol.
Oh, you can't only hold it with one hand.
Why is she wearing a Steve Spurrier visor?
And she's got the one eye, the one like the glasses with the one eye.
Just one. Yeah. All right, coming up at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning, badminton. Take your fancy.
No, come on, dude. Look, I'm not watching a sport where you play in a grass field and you say, "Hey, you guys want to play some badminton?" Sure. I used to remember playing that as a kid, and you could bat that thing as hard as you wanted. It was going 3 feet.
What about at 9:30 a.m. the women's kayak semifinal?
You named one event, maybe Leroy will be interested.
Dude, come on. But that's all of us. Stop acting like you go.
None of those.
Right.
What about at 10 a.m.?
Kayak. Look at me. Look at me.
I like kayak.
Kayaking.
It's very enjoyable.
No, I'm not talking about the kayaking that you get to rent the boat when you go to like the DR or Jamaica, right? Yeah. They want to impress me. Do the wheel braces. Have them.
Ooh, we got a real standoff here at 10 a.m. You got 3 choices.
Okay.
Women's and men's judo in the finals.
No.
All right.
I'll catch them when they get to MMA.
Table tennis?
No, that gets intense.
That does get intense.
I mean, look. They get ready to. No, I mean, it's amazing how, oh my goodness, they're so good.
Women's archery.
Ooh, that's.
I've been known to sneak a peek at that. Just like, you know what? I sneak a peek at archery, like I sneak a peek at curling. Because I'm still trying to figure curling out. They're way too serious. Right? And everybody always screaming.
And then when they get away, they're get away.
Yeah.
Or what a smashing win with the stone.
How can that one guy with one slide get that far?
I don't know.
Like, yeah.
At 1 o'clock on NBC, you got a double header. Sunday.
Okay.
He's lost track of the day.
We have surfing and equestrian. Take your fancy. Whoa. Doubleheader. 2 sports for the slot of 1.
Fancy, not tickled.
What are you doing?
I'm trying.
Surfing and equestrian. You don't even know what event equestrian. You just saw equestrian. Like, because they got the one with the dancing horses. And then they got the jumping. Right? Like the horses be out there doing the stanking leg. They have horses out there doing the stanking leg. And them horses are expensive.
We then, of course, Leroy, tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. Men's basketball, Team USA takes on Serbia in group play.
Yep.
Take your fancy.
Yep. Are you going to root for the U.S.? Of course. You
My
fraud.
fancy is tickled.
Trust me, we don't like you either. Not rooting for you, Eric Spoelstra. Wait till we give you max contract ass kicking.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm very interested. I expect that the US gonna run over them, but it'll be interesting to see. Like, is this an indication of how great LeBron is? That at 39, he is gonna be the catalyst behind this team, right? That's crazy to me. With all the talent we have in the NBA, he still got to do it.
I think everybody respects him too. I think they look at him as the guy still.
Okay.
I think there's a respect there, obviously.
I got you.
That is Tickle My Fancy.
You know what tickled my fancy a couple of weeks ago?
Hmm?
Skip Bayless. He has worked himself to a point where nobody wants to do a show with him.
He said his tweet after LeBron had his run against Germany was Michael Jordan would have covered.
Oh, okay.
He still can't let it go. He can't let the guy been playing
a funny tweet.
LeBron has been playing longer than he's been doing radio.
J-Fig says surfing is wild though. J-Fig, you're not watching Olympic surfing.
No,
She's not watching Olympic
no.
surfing.
Surfing is wild. Like, really?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, stepping up for the gold in bird hunting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, hey, so what are your favorite sports in the Olympics, the Summer Olympics?
I like boxing, obviously. I like watching
Boxing is rough, though, because it's not the boxing you're used to. I watched it, too, and it's just, it almost looks like Misfits. It almost looks like you watching a Paul fight.
Nothing
right?
like what like hearing Jim Lampley at 3 a.m.
Oh. Gotta
No,
pinch
that-
yourself, find out if you're dreaming.
Figure skating, though.
I do like
Okay.
gymnastics. I would say my favorite sports to watch that are just popular during Olympic times are gymnastics
Yeah,
and swimming.
What about running? You guys aren't mentioning like
I
sprint.
am. You always want to know who's the fastest person in the world?
I didn't see any schedule for it on the NBC. Maybe it starts like the next week.
Because they do a lot of qualifying.
Yeah,
Like
so maybe
before you get to the finals, there's 2 rounds.
2 heats.
No, like so you run and then they take the top 2, and then you got to run again,
Mm-hmm.
and then they get to it might be even 3 rounds. I'm not sure. But
We
you're trying to break down. You're trying to get to like you're going from like 80 people to 8 or 10.
We'll take a quick break. We'll get you caught up with your headlines. Lots to get to back after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you. 560 WQAM. Take you guys up until 2 here on the program. Let's get to our headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Dolphins, it is day 3 of training camp. Mike McDaniel, he addressed the media earlier today. They do a weird thing, like once you get to camp, then you can't tweet about it until camp is over. Which,
what do you mean?
Like you can't, like reporters can't tweet about camp while it's going on. It's really like we couldn't know that Tua didn't practice till camp was over.
Till the practice was over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They got their, football's paranoid. They have stupid rules.
They following everybody?
What's that?
They following everybody?
Who's following everybody?
How they gonna know?
Probably following the people they invited. I'm sure not everyone gets invites. So at the very least, they can follow 20 people. There's an intern there responsible for following 20
Yeah,
people.
you have like media people who are like,
Is it?
Don't you tweet that.
Oh, Mr. Greer. Perk was
What do we have, Todd?
Perk was tweeting.
What? Suspend him.
Wow. For tweeting.
Henry Jackson said it was for getting second team reps.
What? We'll never beat the Seahawks now.
Omar said Tua had a bad day.
So yeah, you have to wait till everybody's done to know. But if you guys missed it, this was Mike McDaniel earlier today on the where Tua stand. He did not practice yesterday. Supposedly he was supposed to do some stuff today. We'll find out once they are allowed to tweet.
Tua, we didn't observe him do anything yesterday. Was that Veteran Day of rest, or was that part of his hold in? And what do you expect today?
No, there's nothing's changed really from that standpoint and how we're collectively approaching practice. As far as today, I do think you'll observe him playing football in a multitude of fashions.
Do you guys talk every day about the plan for the day, or is there a plan for the week? How do you do that?
Every day. I think it's important to assess all variables, take into consideration everyone involved as the head coach. And so, you'd love to get in front of it, but there's a lot of days that if you're trying to extrapolate that, a lot of days that you can't account for different way the wind blows. So every day assessing exactly what we're doing because we're trying to do good jobs here.
All right. There you go. Mike McDaniel. Other news from camps. This is, I cannot stress what a terrible decision this is. Funny, but a terrible decision. And that is the Las Vegas Raiders. Now,
Didn't they leave town?
What do you mean?
They left Vegas to go practice somewhere else.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's not what I was referring to.
I know what you're talking about. I just saw it. It's funny.
Terrible decision. And if you don't know what we're talking about, they apparently have a Patrick Mahomes Kermit the Frog. Sorry, Marcos. Puppet with a Patrick Mahomes wig and jersey on. And apparently the rookie who's doing this he is alleged to have mouthed, I'm a bitch. In Kermit the Frog. So I cannot stress what a bad idea this is. Now, Patrick Mahomes was asked about this minutes ago, and he said, quote, stuff like that happens. It will get handled when it gets handled.
By the way, Raiders are 2-10 against Mahomes.
Hey,
what a bad. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why? Maybe one day he's going to show up completely fat, just completely out of shape. He'll just dad bod it, and maybe then he'll just not be good at quarterbacking. Why would they do that? Why would you give Patrick Mahomes?
Even fat out of shape, Patrick Mahomes still gets it done.
Why would they do that? I'm so pissed at them.
That's their problem. We got nothing to do with that.
This guy thinks he's a jokey jokester.
Yeah, it's cute. It's cute now. It's cute when there's no pads on in July.
Couple up his belly button at least. Jeez.
No, I think
I think that's part of the thing. They're fat shaming old fat Patrick Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes.
Yep. So they give him they say, my belly's too big for my Kermit jersey. That's such a bad idea. Why would they?
I think it's hilarious.
It's funny. It's funny. I don't like it. Oh,
that's just bulletin board material.
I mean, like, who? Here's what you do with Patrick Mahomes. Shut up. Just shut up.
Jeez.
He don't need no extra motivation. He seems to be motivated well enough, right?
No, but they had a slow start last season. They were coming off, Detroit, who cares? And now he sees this. He's gearing up early.
Schmieden says Leroy finding fat shaming funny. Shocking.
I mean, somebody pulled out a Kermit the Frog the way we've been talking, how he talks. That's funny.
I know it's funny. It is funny.
It's funny. It's not fat shaming. It's just funny. The whole bit is funny.
Yeah, not to him though, dude.
Why we can't have no fun?
Because he's gonna throttle you. Like that's what's gonna happen.
So what? You got something to do with that? He was gonna throttle your ass anyway if he wasn't no good. So have some fun.
That's your stance?
Yeah. Yeah.
So if the Dolphins, if the Dolphins had a Josh Allen puppet,
yep,
and it was just like
I would say that it backs your ass into a corner where you got to play well against him.
I threw another interception. And then all of a sudden they get because he just kicks their ass all the time. Might as well have some fun.
No, but again, when that game presents itself with week 2, then you've backed yourself into a corner where you got to put up or shut up. You see what I'm saying? Like there's nothing wrong with having a little pressure on you to perform.
I mean, this goes immediately to he's gonna have a Mark Davis puppet that's gonna look like the Crypt Keeper with the stupid haircut.
Oh no, you could just have a Dumber and Dumber doll and just do the blonde hair. Because that's the same haircut.
They're gonna have something for them, for sure.
Yeah, but it's in the division. They don't like each other anyway. Who cares? Right? Like that's always been that would have been if I would have did something with a Pittsburgh Steeler. Like it don't change the love, right?
But you wouldn't have.
No, that's not my thing. But if somebody had brought it to my attention, I would have did it. Why not? It ain't gonna change the way the game is played. I don't know. Can I ask you a question? And I'm curious about this.
Mm-hmm.
You think if I gave you enough incentive or pissed you off enough,
yep,
you could do better at any sport because you're motivated?
I'm not the best quarterback in the world.
I know, but still, so what? He's gonna be the best.
Hold on.
He's gonna be the best regardless.
No, didn't Michael Jordan not make up trash talk about some poor wizard? Like he made up quotes in his head.
But Michael Jordan is great. He was always gonna still pound him.
I don't know, but he needed, he probably like if you're the Raiders, maybe you think to yourself, it's Mahomes versus Minshew. Let's sleep in dogs lie, baby.
I mean, so basically you're basically saying that I was driven by what the the analyst said about me against Denver, even though it was the wrong guy.
Right.
No.
Or
I didn't find out till 20 years later who it was.
Yeah, but I'm saying like if it's Chiefs Raiders, I don't know when they play, but let's just say
twice.
They play twice. But let's just say, first week, maybe Mahomes like, he has a couple IPAs, he doesn't feel it the same because it's Minshew. I don't got to dial it up as much. But now, laser focused. You guys put me in a frog costume.
That dude is not great because he does that, right? Like you're talking about something that Garminchu would do. Oh man, I struggled. I had some beers the other night. Right? No. Patrick Mahomes ain't that guy.
I don't know.
I don't know.
He still would have tried. He looks like he spent all off season in a brewery.
Dude. And sometimes those are the guys that are in best shape because they working out. They just don't have the body. I used to say it's about my buddy Jason Duffner, right? He works out all the time. He just got a bad body.
That's what
you don't say that about me.
Yes.
When was the last time you sweat from working out?
Well, I think we got to go to break if I'm honest.
Take a break after this. Welcome back, you rascals. Tobin and Leroy take you up until 2 here on the program. Oh, hello, Jennifer.
Hello, Jennifer.
Hello. How you
Howdy.
doing?
I'm doing great because I have just read Dolphins Twitter.
Yeah.
And
And
guess who decided to show up today? Jennifer?
who would that be? Brendan?
Hell, only one Tua Tagovailoa. Now, mind you, this is the story. It's been a couple of days, J-Fig. He hasn't done 11 on 11s. Then he decided yesterday it's a ball cap day. Okay, I'm going to put on the ball cap. Nothing happened. Hands in my pockets. Just going to watch what happens. But the word is from Omar Kelly.
I thought you wasn't supposed to tweet nothing.
No, practice is over. Now you can tweet.
Oh, okay.
Tua Tagovailoa practiced today without limitation. His first throw, a 70-yard bomb to Tyreek Hill. Woo! And the word was Tyreek cooked Jalen Ramsey.
Goosies galore.
Goosies. Wow.
There's a certain amount of speed that nobody can cover.
Yep. It's tough.
I saw that with Randy Moss. You don't realize how fast that dude is till you see some of the fastest DBs running and blowing out their hammies trying to keep up.
Travis Wingfield says Tua made a ton of wow throws.
Wild throws.
Love wow throws.
In hopes that he get a wild contract.
Man, how about that? Tua also
know
had
what?
a 7.
If I was Tua and I balled out this year and the Dolphins did well, I'm going to go to midfield. I'm going to pull down my pants and I'm going to show everybody my ass.
Wow, the Randy Moss?
Yeah.
But the real Randy Moss, not
the fake.
Not a Joe Buck.
It's amazing that people don't realize that backstory. See, people didn't realize that whenever we went to Green Bay, right? When the buses went in the gates to the stadium, all the fans would moon us. So you have like 2,000 people showing their cheeks.
Wisconsin cheeks are different cheeks.
Right. Right. Some of them have a little beer on them, you know. Right. Just cheeks, right? Just they're ghostly white, right? Nobody got a nice tan, right? Bikini line, nothing, right? Just everybody showing their ass. So when Randy Fake did it, everybody in the stadium laughed, everybody on the sideline laughed, and Joe Buck didn't get it.
Oh, that is just
He said Wisconsin cheek look like
Travis Wingfield also says River Craycraft had a 65-yard touchdown on a long ball from Tua.
Ooh, that's your boy.
That's my bet.
Cashing it in.
Wow.
So
Conejo Blanco.
So in other words, Tua looks really good.
That's right. That the update is, hey, by the way, the offense, which has stunk the last 2 days, Tua makes them good.
Well, why are we the only people that get that?
Crazy.
Right? Fans don't understand that. Fans really don't understand that this offense works the way it does because of Tua. The weapons help, but the accuracy and the quickness in which he gets rid of the ball allows them to do what they do. But
I wonder what happened though. It is interesting. I wonder what happened in these, like the day happens, right? And he doesn't practice, but then like he goes to Mike McDaniel and he does practice. Like, did Mike McDaniel just did he have a talk? Did he get frustrated and say, he's done with it? I wonder where.
No, I would say this, Mike. I would say that Mike McDaniel was like, listen, I understand everything that you're going through, and I'm with you. I am. But have you seen our offense the last 2 days?
Oof.
Can you at least give us a day where we can get some work in?
I'm sorry. Tua, what did you think of the offense the last couple of days?
Oof.
You got Joe Rose on the offense the last couple of days?
Woo!
I got Calais Campbell on the offense as well.
I see trees.
What if he comes to the Improv and you just hear that menacing laugh?
Oh, man, imagine having to tell this guy anything. No way, sir. Laugh it up, please.
First of all, no one's going to want to sit behind him because he's too big, for sure. You're not going to be able to see the jokey jokes. You're going to just have to listen to them.
It's going to be. I'm nervous. Christian Wilkins, easy. You know, sat in the corner, laugh, jokey joke, normal guy. Calais Campbell, he's a monster.
He's a giant.
He is.
He's a giant.
It's a giant.
Wow. All right. Tua was awesome today.
That's right. Never doubted him.
Cornerback Kendall Fuller, according to Joe Shad's Twitter on Tua, quote, impressive.
All right.
Impressive.
Did he get a sack, though?
Come on, stop.
Just saying. Cam Smith,
With no pads,
sack machine.
y'all celebrating the wrong things.
Hmm.
A sack. Wait, not only you're celebrating with no pads, but no blockers.
I'm excited about it. I can't wait. Stock up, stock down, too. Those are coming out soon. Oh, can't wait. I mean, Tua, you got to think Tua's stock is up. No practice to the best practice. Stock up. But too obvious, you know.
You'll be boots on the ground, right?
On Sunday. Yes,
Yep.
I will be. Boots on the ground. I never get to go, J-Fig. It's always during our show. So I figured I'd go out there.
Well, I'm
I'll
happy
go
for you.
Go out there one time, see everybody, you know, and take some notes. I'm gonna take some football notes. And then I'm gonna reel in.
Football
you
notes.
take silly sauce.
You go.
No,
I'm gonna
it's
get
not gonna be
some
silly sauce.
Also in the chat for sure.
I like football. I can do serious football. In fact, you know what? I'll just send all my notes to the group chat.
Huh.
Perfect.
Are they gonna be equivalent to me in House of Dragons?
Yes. We know business. Second to last episode. We know business is picking up this weekend, by the way.
I know.
Oh, Leroy, have you started? By the way, you know what I watched on the way home yesterday? I started watching
What?
new season of Vikings Valhalla on
Season
Netflix.
3?
Yeah, season 3's out.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh man.
And let me just tell you something. The Vikings, they're like hitmen now. They're taking up business for other people. It's something.
All right. I gotta get on that.
Yeah.
I get on that next week because right now my 2 hours of TV watching are gonna be catching up, rewatching last week and going into this week.
Leif Erikson. Take a break. Mixed bag coming up.
Want to know that.
Why'd you stop?
It was lovely. It really was.
It was lovely.
Then you gotta wait for the.
That was beautiful.
It's worth the copyright flag, Marcos.
No, I keep going in and out to
Marcos, you and I are gonna have problems.
Wow.
Wow.
She's moving on from birds to frogs.
Well,
Yeah.
what time are those problems going to start?
Don't worry about it. Between me and him. -1 for sass. -1 for sass. Leroy, I thought you and I were close, huh?
We are. I was
We
just
ain't
trying
rap together, huh?
Listen, if there's going to be problems, I want to be there. So
Marcos,
I need to know what time.
Marcos, if you just want to defend yourself, just put some train tracks outside the studio door.
Or a spider.
Either way, I'll get through.
Yeah. Let's mix it up. Speaking of frog boy, get to what you do best. The next bag is brought to you by Broward Health. Well into your future. What do we got today, Marcos?
All righty then. Today we have quite the mixed bag of goodies, including NBA rookies attempting to create their own Olympic sport, determine what is worthy of making the cut. We just went through a list of all the bizarre Olympic sports, so it's hard to determine what's not in there. These NBA rookies attempt to tell us what should be in there.
Olympic sport, what would it be?
Yeah, I guess car racing.
Put like a video game in there.
Football. Cornhole, for sure, cornhole.
All right, cornhole. Who can text the fast? I think I'll be up there.
Chess. Extreme shopping.
Connect 4. Nice at Connect 4. Fishing.
Flag football or something like that.
Olympic dart throwing.
Bowling.
What's the highest bowling score? 250. I'd add a 2K tournament.
Pickleball. I'm cold at it. Me and LJ Cryer, we'll beat anybody in America.
Pickleball. I need to try that.
Pickleball, I'll throw that in there.
Pickleball for sure.
Craps.
Dog competition. They're running and they're trying to like grab a like baton like in the air as they like jump into this pool.
Stacking cups. That's already an Olympic sport. Or you can stack cups. I'll put that in there.
Probably selling things or selling something.
Do you think the U.S. would win?
Wow.
U.S. would win.
Selling things? Like a pawn store?
Sound like he's selling
What is
rocks.
going on?
Strange.
It's
those your fancy?
I could see pickleball. I mean, like it feels like they have
Pickleball's coming.
Pickleball, 100%.
every other racket sports in there, so it feels like that's inevitable.
Not cornhole, huh? Cornhole didn't do nothing for you?
No. Listen, you can't, dude. Let me explain something to you. When that's on ESPN, everybody's getting liquored up.
Yeah.
You can't have that as a sport.
Two things that I do miss though.
It's an extreme sport when there's liquor involved.
I miss the outdoor games and I miss World's Strongest Man. Those are ESPN2 classics.
Oh,
Love
yeah.
those.
The outdoor games.
Magnuson Magnuson will pull this bus.
When they
my favorite is when they throw the kegs over the
oh yeah.
Just throwing the kegs.
What else you got in the mixed bag, Marcos?
Got something that's not gonna make you happy, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
Because this gentleman is talking about you.
Me?
And this gentleman is none other than Bills GM Brandon Beane.
What did he have to say, dude?
Oh, he's calling out all the Josh Allen haters, dude. He's had enough of it.
It's frustrating. You try to ignore this stuff, but Josh is going into year 7, and there's still the naysayers. I don't get it. If I was going to use rated, I would say underrated before I would say overrated. And I know I'm biased. He's our guy, and love him every single day. These things that come out there, I know people love the rankings of whoever, but when you don't put your name to it and you make comments like that, like, who is this executive? Executive is a loose term. I was probably referred to as executive well before I should have been. And so I just say, if you're not going to put your name on it, we really shouldn't validate it. I know it gets validated because it's on ESPN, and I'm not a fan of that style. And I wish the writer wouldn't include a comment like that. I don't think Josh deserves that. And again, I'm biased, but I'm tired of hearing it. Sal, there's idiots everywhere.
Oh,
Wow.
wow.
Dude's lashing out.
I mean-
Silence those idiots everywhere, huh?
Here's the kicker. That most GMs that give somebody $50 million a year got to be that, right? Except here. Right? Think about that. Think of the support that Josh Allen gets, Lamar Jackson gets. And I'm not saying Tua is those guys, okay? But I am saying this. Lamar Jackson hasn't fared well in the playoffs, even though they may have won a couple of games, right? Josh Allen hasn't gotten over the hump. Joe Burrow has quicker than he has. So, like, yeah, it's hard to do this. It's not like, I don't know what people want. Everybody, and you'll keep moving the bar. And that's what I get pissed off about Tua, because the same people that say, oh, just win a playoff game, when they win a playoff game, they're going to say, oh, all we can do is get past the first round. We can't even get past the first round, right?
I mean, look, Josh Allen is obviously very, very talented, but he
is.
But he is also, had some pretty time bomb moments.
Right.
That
if
his GM, there's no way he's never in an honest moment had a Bill Zito moment where he's thrown the water bottle against the wall because of something that Josh Allen has done.
Right. So here's my question. If I say to you, and I'll be the other side of this, can Josh Allen win a Super Bowl?
Absolutely. I think he can.
And I'm saying no, because he hasn't. Because he hasn't.
No, but you're
after 7 years.
I understand, but I think that he can.
Dak's only had 8. You see what I'm saying?
Dak probably could.
No, but you understand what I'm saying. Like, to say somebody can win one that never has won one does what for you? Now Tua, they're saying Tua can't win one. And that's my point. That do you really know who can and can't win a Super Bowl?
Right
because
now,
I got a list of quarterbacks that we would have never said in their career, oh, he can win a Super Bowl.
For sure. But
I played with one and Brad Johnson.
Nick Foles.
Right. So, we put these titles on these guys, right? And the facts of the matter are, can Lamar Jackson win a Super Bowl?
Are you asking me him too?
Yeah.
Yes.
Based on what?
I just think that he's talented enough to do it.
Okay, but he hasn't.
Okay, but I think that he can.
Okay, but he hasn't.
I understand, but I also think Tua can too.
Facts, my point
Why
is
are you yelling at me?
Because the facts are the facts in this. That who decides, oh, he can win or he can't?
Well, right now, nobody can. Only Mahomes can. It's very annoying, which is why I told the Raiders to put the Kermit puppet away.
Very true.
That's why. It's very, very, I would like him to have as little motivation as possible.
Wait a minute. And what if that guy said, let's have a little fun, baby?
No, not with him. Have a little fun.
But I get it. I understand. But I'm just like, we arbitrarily put these, oh, this guy's a winner or this guy isn't. Right? And I'm like, do we know? Do we know? So a guy has MVPs. A guy is really, really good. A guy, does that mean he can win the big one? We're just guessing because they haven't.
I was double checking this though, because somebody sent it in the chat that Josh Allen had a bad day today at practice. 3 interceptions in the first 4 plays of Bills practice today.
Woo!
Never mind. Bum.
Yikes. Absolute bum, dude.
What else you got, Marcos?
Let's go ahead and boost your spirits after some Bills talk. And what better way to do that than some Fins talk from old Chop Robinson, baby. Chop. He says that he loves learning from almost healthy Jalen Phillips. I believe that's what he said. Almost healthy Jalen Phillips. This is Chop Robinson.
Did he say that he beat?
I've been watching Jalen Phillips since he was in college. I knew him when I was in high school. He was in college, so I was watching him when he was at Miami, and he just played with an uncommon effort every single day. So it was just learning from him, watching him, getting from him on the sideline when I come back from being on the field. It's just I'm just learning. I'm surrounded by a good group, so I'm excited.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah. Almost healthy.
Did he also say though that he's beating science? I think he said that.
Yeah, more or less.
Listen,
tweets.
It's in
here's what
between
I
the
would say.
lines.
If you want an indication of when he'll be ready, if you really want an indication of when he'll be ready, in the beginning of the season, if they don't put him on the PUP, right? Or one of them, you have to be out the first 6 weeks.
I think, yeah, you gotta. I think IR you can be on the first. They've
His
changed.
IR is 10 weeks.
I don't think it's 10 weeks.
One of them's 6 weeks. And so from that standpoint, I would say if he's not on any of those lists when the season starts, that means they think he'll be back before that time period would be up.
Sometimes I have radio deja vu, and I feel like the PUP IR is like your non-hockey season hockey question to me.
What? So basically, I'm excluded from asking you any questions that have to do with the rules of sports.
No, it's not. No, but it's just like there's two things. Like you'll ask me over and over again hockey penalty questions and which IR, PUP, which one are they not allowed to come off of? I don't know.
Are you down with OBP, sir? I'm not sure.
Are you down with PUP? Yeah, you know me.
You're down with PUP. That's why you got stuck with another dog.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, he's a load.
He's dropping bombs around the house.
No, because dude, he goes outside, and the grass is too high, so he poops on the pavement.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, yo, dude, we got all this yard.
Stop being a pavement pooper.
It's terrible.
We got anything else, Marcos, in the mixed bag? Got time for one more?
Indeed, I have a funny story from Chauncey Billups, the Trailblazers head coach, former Piston Hall of Famer, Mr. Big Shot, had a hilarious story about how the game is changing. Now, obviously, this is what happens when your GM is Joe Cronin and he sells his future for young rookies. Sometimes young players do young things, such as post their highlights at halftime. This is a story from Chauncey Billups that appeared on 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. That is Carmelo Anthony's podcast. Everyone's got a podcast now. This is what he had to say.
We're down like 18 at the half. I had a kid, he had a nasty dunk. We coming out for the third quarter. This motherfucker then posted his dunk on his joint.
Stop it.
At halftime.
Yo, stop.
Yo, at halftime, bro, we down 18.
You got to optimize those numbers.
What you do, though? Man, you know I grinded this up, man. I get wind of it. I said, hey, yo, bro, get the back there and take the down off your joint, man. What the is wrong with you, man? Yeah. My bad, coach. He run to the back. We getting boned, bro. We down 18. He posted joint at halftime. I said, man, what is going on?
Wow. That's Chauncey Billups. That's dude, I felt bad for Chauncey Billups. That dude is an all-time great in his team.
Yeah.
So bad.
I was at the game they lost by 60 this year.
Oh,
60, dude.
And
60.
Didn't they do that twice? Isn't that?
I think they did do it twice, but I just remember the Heat were up. I feel like they were up like in the 45-ish range, and then Thomas Bryant was like fourth quarter.
Oh yeah,
that time to shine.
Yeah.
Did Thomas Bryant have like 22 in the fourth?
He did. That was his shining moment right there.
Oh my god, that's bad.
That is indeed.
Okay, I got a clarification.
Career high. He had 31. Jeez.
PUP during the regular season, you got like 21 days to get them back. And the PUP guys count against the active roster. So if you're on PUP, you still count against the active roster. If you're on the IR, that's 4 weeks. So if they put them on IR so they can have the roster.
But I think it's 4 games too, right? Like you can go on IR in the middle of the season too.
Correct. So but you also clear up a roster spot for that temporary point in time.
And I think it's 8 guys, but now it can be up to 10.
10. Right.
All right.
Right. So if the season starts and they take him and move him to IR and they miss the first 4 games, then you know it's going to be at least a month into the season. You see what I mean? So it'll be an indication of where these guys are based on when the season starts, because they can use those roster spots.
It also says players on physically unable to perform can participate in all team activities other than practice.
Right.
They can be activated at any point during camp when they're medically cleared. A player can't be placed on the PUP list after they have practiced once or played in a preseason game. That's what Odell's currently on.
Right. And isn't it amazing, you fraud, you fraudulent man, that you get mad at me for asking you the question and then you go and find out the answer.
Wow.
Well, I didn't want a hockey situation where we're going to be doing this all camp. I figure let's just get the correct answer out of the way.
So when people hear it, they'll know exactly what could happen. Isn't that our job?
You're treating me like Chauncey Billups treated the guy who put up a dunk down 18.
That's funny, though. That's funny. So they down 18 and he tried to get his social media hits.
Got to get a couple clicks.
Oh, my goodness.
Take a break. Final hour coming up after this. Welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy. Take you up till 2 here on the program. Happy Friday, everybody out there. It is good to not be in Indiana. Although I appreciate, thank you to bring in, I will say, Indiana, thank you for Kalel Ware. Thank you for that.
Oh, yes.
Thank you for that. I do love him. I love him. I cannot wait for this Heat season. I've completely been changed by Summer League. Summer League was a religious experience for me. I'm a changed man. I don't even want to make any trades anymore. I'm very happy. Yesterday, Josh Christopher got a 2-way deal. Zion Poland, see you, dude. But you'll still be you'll be in Sioux Falls, dude. Don't worry about it. You'll be right there with Coach Dan. They'll try and teach you the ways. But Josh Christopher, this man, he is Heat culture through and through. He gets a 2-way.
Can I ask you about the Heat, Tobin?
Yeah, of course.
Maybe you know something from the insight you have of constantly being there. Does Dru Smith have dirt on Pat Riley? You can be honest.
I just want to say something. I'm glad you brought up Dru Smith, and I just want to say to everybody who is saying things about Dru Smith, you guys are jerks. Okay.
Okay.
If the Miami Heat deem that Dru Smith is worthy of a 2-way deal, then shut the hell up. All right. If he's worthy, if they think he's worthy, how are we going to sit here and doubt this team that just put together the greatest summer we have ever seen? The greatest summer we have ever seen.
Stop.
If they dub Dru Smith, all right, if they deem him worthy, is it just because of his hair? I don't understand.
We haven't seen him play. He fell off the court or something.
That wasn't his fault. That's Cleveland's fault.
Well, come on now. I'm seeing people put him MVP like numbers in Vegas, and you want me to think this guy's worthy of a roster spot? What have you done for me lately?
Part of the problem is he's a point guard.
Yep.
There's not a whole bunch of true point guards on that roster.
And everybody wants Isaiah Stevens, but Isaiah Stevens is locked in. They're not going to lose him, Marcos. He has a training camp contract. He's not going to go anywhere. So they don't have to give a 2-way to anybody else. So the only person you'd probably go is Alondis Williams.
Yes.
Or Cole Swider.
Come on.
But I don't know. But I don't know if Cole Swider wants another 2-way. I think Cole Swider is looking to get a real deal somewhere. So I don't know. We don't know. If Cole Swider said he would take a 2-way, maybe they would tell Dru Smith take a hike. You don't know what those guys necessarily want. This is the negotiation of it, Marcos. Josh Christopher, he's happy because he was like, I want to be on the Heat. He gets a 2-way deal. Zion Poland, take a hike. But Dru Smith, everybody's bullying him, and I don't like it. You guys are bullying Dru Smith, and I don't like. You're bullying him. You guys are bullying him. You're being social media bullies to Dru Smith. And I do not like it. All right. They already took his number away. They gave it to Pella Larson. So leave him alone.
That's the least he can do. That's the first assist he's had since he's put on a Heat uniform. Giving his number.
Yes.
This, dude.
Now, does he build the third a brick house like a third little pig? Yes. I have not seen his offensive game flourish. That is fair. I haven't seen it, Marcos. But you want to know who may have? Eric Spoelstra. Should we not trust him? Does Eric Spoelstra not garner our trust?
See this guy. I'm looking up some stats here, and I'm not.
I don't have to. I know his stats aren't good. I don't need to know his stats.
Not good.
You don't have to do that. You're piling on. You're bullying Dru Smith, and I don't like it. I quite frankly don't care for it. He seems like a very nice individual who works his tail off. And he's injured.
Yes.
He's coming back from a torn ACL. Maybe, hey, Marcos, you ever hear of taking care of your own?
Yeah, that worked for us in the past. Totally worked for the Miami Heat. I've had enough of taking care of my own, huh? How about we get the best talent available? Alondis Williams had the dunk of Summer League.
He did.
So that means he should be starting?
That's more than Dru Smith has done for me.
He's really good. I think Alondis Williams is really good too. But here's the thing. What does Alondis Williams do if he does not have the ball in his hand to go score 20? He was most improved G League player. That dude's a bucket. We obviously know. He basically looks like G League Terry Rozier. He's amazing. I love watching him play. He's really fun. Really fun.
Terry Rozier.
Yeah, that's what it reminds me of. Like, I watch him, like, that guy's like Terry Rozier. Well, but I mean, I tell you one of the dude's got hops.
Oh, yeah.
They don't call him man for nothing. But hey, like, I don't understand. Why Why are you bullying Dru Smith?
I just
very
think
nice.
He has dirt on Pat Riley. I'm positive he does. He knows something. Look at him in this crazy hair. What is this guy?
What's
this,
wrong
a
with his
Jerry
hair?
Curl?
He has
When was
great
the
hair.
last time you
Coming
seen
after his hair now?
maybe he took the route of Derek White. Got rid of that receding hairline.
It's not receding. He's got a ton of hair. He's
No,
got a
I
very
know, but I'm saying maybe he just took the route of and just cut it down and cut it off.
he has a lot of hair. I mean, if you have the hair flourish, what's wrong with that, Marcos?
6'2". He's not even tall.
What are we doing?
Come on.
This is not fair.
He has to show me something. You think Cam Smith has to show you something? This guy has to show me something. He's taking up spots.
He's taking up a two-way deal, dude, and they already have the two-way guys they need to have: Keyshawn and Josh Christopher. You're getting greedy. You gotta take care.
We gotta take care. Get rid of Patty Mills.
He's not on the team anymore.
God, just him and
hair.
Dru Smith can take a hike, dude.
That's a great head of hair.
Is that a Jerry curl? What are we doing here?
I don't know.
It's like Lionel Richie. Got Lionel Richie bringing the ball up court.
I don't like the bullying that goes on for Dru Smith. You guys are rat bastards.
Wow, what is wrong with you?
He does. He does kind of have that Lionel Richie haircut.
Is it me you're looking for, looking boy? I just can't deal with him. I really just can't deal with that.
And put that picture back up. I'm gonna be honest, because I always am. I would probably not smile.
And I don't want my point guard to be unhappy.
He has a better smile than a couple of people we've mentioned.
Derek White.
recently. Yeah.
That's because his all right, how I'm gonna say this.
Derek White is an Olympian.
Is his other teeth gonna catch up with his two front teeth?
Who are you talking about here? Derek White?
No.
Oh,
Dru?
Yeah, he got some big uppers. Look, all I can see is
I
two
think
teeth.
it's because it's a far picture, but they look fine.
Far picture, big teeth. So what do you think? They're gonna get smaller if we get
You
closer?
know what? As someone from the big community, -1 for sass, okay?
That's it, Leroy. She
-1 for sass.
I would like to understand so you think those teeth are gonna get smaller if you get closer?
I don't like what we're doing here.
No,
I
they're
don't
gonna
this.
look like jumbo jets.
You know
in
what?
my mind.
You're a part of the social media bullying.
No, I'm not.
Don't worry about it. We'll never see him.
Yeah, you will. They like him, dude. They like him.
Yeah.
They like his defense, and he can play point guard.
Yeah. Someone has a secret that Dru Smith knows. Dru Smith walked in on some sort of
I don't like this, dude. I really don't appreciate this.
He wants to feel like he should be eating carrots.
Eating
No.
carrots.
Yeah.
Wow.
Or some corn.
Dude.
He can mess some corn up.
Dude.
I'm just saying.
Corn is good.
Too much?
Too much.
Yeah. You had to ask, didn't you?
I'm just saying.
You have to ask, yes.
Wait. Nobody looked at that picture and go, wow.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
No.
Well, maybe I would just made you aware of a situation that you had overlooked.
There was no
No.
situation in that picture.
That's what we do. We're all friends. We make people, like, look, hey, did you notice? Yeah, I did. Oh, now that you mention it, yes. He does have some big uppers.
Take Dru Smith off the media day list.
Wait. Let me say this. That didn't stop
You're
Kyle
gonna get
Lowry
him
from
when
coming
you're
over, and you played some of your best defense.
I
with Kyle
didn't.
Lowry
Hold
did.
on. I didn't know he was going to be there the second day. I didn't know.
No,
I
I'm
genuinely.
talking about the first time.
Well, that was just genius by me. I don't know what to tell you. You didn't see that coming.
I didn't see that coming. He started talking about golf, and then next thing you know, gotta go. I'm like, oh, I didn't even get a chance to mention how you trashed him.
Bum.
So why can't I do that with Dru?
Because you're gonna mention his teeth.
Suffer me, fucker.
Okay. Okay.
You're dead to me.
All right. Time to bury some people. Got a little "You Dead to Me" coming on up later on this hour. Ruben Hippolyte's going to join us, linebacker from Maryland, local. Went to high school at MacArthur, Hollywood, Florida. Great kid. Met him at Big Ten Media Day this week, Leroy. And protege of one Ray Lewis.
Okay.
And says that Tua's brother's going to be in his wedding.
Really?
Very close. Very close. So
All
some
right.
fun stories with him coming on up. Well, let's bury some people, all right?
Let's do it.
NBA,
Oh,
you're dead to me.
it's a good one.
You're dead to me.
Now, it's a little strong. I'm still going to watch you. But, like, seeing this whole thing that went down with losing TNT and losing inside the NBA, I just think that they do such a better job with sports.
Than everybody.
Yeah, to lose them, you got greedy. And I don't like it. I know they came back in match, and this looks like it's going to go to some legalities. Charles Barkley came out with a really strong statement today, disappointed in the league for choosing money over the fans. And he's right. I mean, it's just objectively a better product. Now, maybe somebody will scoop him up and somebody will save him.
Charles lose a whole bunch of money too.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, so
Yeah.
what is his comments gonna look like?
I know. I'm sure Charles Barkley, that anybody who wants Charles Barkley will sign Charles Barkley. But I love that show. I love
do.
Shaq and Chuck ripping each other.
Yeah.
And Ernie and Kenny. I love that show. And it's just like the other show stinks so bad. The ESPN show's so bad. Now, objectively, it'll get better because there's less JJ Redick. But that they'll screw it up anyway. Unless they put
Wait, you talk about me hitting people with strays.
No, I'm just saying, obviously.
This was on the NBA and JJ Redick got brought up.
I mean, he was a broadcaster on ESPN, and with, addition by subtraction, he won't be there anymore. So obviously the broadcast will get better because there's no JJ Redick, because it's enough of JJ Redick. But anyway, the point is not JJ Redick. The point is, NBA, you're dead to me for making us lose your best show.
Right.
And your best broadcast. No Harlan. How am I supposed to have my NBA with no Harlan? On the plus side, we are getting NBC back. Mike Tirico, he's a little bit stuffy.
Jennifer, will you quit playing with your light?
True. But what we are getting back, they did announce, Leroy, John Tesch's Round Ball Rock is coming back. Yes.
Hold on. I didn't know. I gotta bring it back.
Best sports theme. Is that the best sports theme song, or is it Monday Night Football?
Monday Night Football. Boom, 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 boom.
Oh, that's good. All right, you're back, NBA. What do you got, Leroy?
My dead to me goes to the whole Tua contract situation.
You're dead to me.
Oh, like you've been talking about this for a year. And I hate when you have a person of this importance to your franchise, you wait till the last minute. Oh, this is our final offer. We're not going to call you back. Or back and forth. Right? Work it out. Work it out. And if you're not going to do it, then tell him. But to say, oh, we're close and all this, oh, we've had conversations. Like I've had conversations with a lot of people. Didn't mean I was doing business with them. So that don't mean nothing to me. Get it done. Or if you're not going to get it done, say, we're not doing it.
I do like these head games that are going on with Tua.
Right.
He goes, maybe I'll do it today. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll come out today. I'll throw bomb skis. Maybe I won't practice at all tomorrow. We'll see.
Hey, it's about the same way the support was for him.
Man, hope Tua's feeling like football on Sunday. I don't want to go watch my fight.
It's pretty amazing. Like, I would like to let people know there's a lot of people who didn't survive football that went through what Tua went through the first 2 years. A lot of guys, right? I mean, you think of Rosen. Let's think about Ryan Leaf.
Oof.
Right?
Knock it off, will ya? Out of my way.
It's like as a young 20-year-old or so, to have to deal with that early on in your life and your career, after going, hey man, you drafted me. So yeah, like just get it done. Or if you're not gonna get it done, say we're not gonna do nothing before the season starts. So Tua, decide what you're gonna do. Tua will
J-Fig?
probably still play.
J-Fig?
Yeah, who's that to you?
Well, I don't really like being called out.
Ooh.
Especially when I'm working on other things at the same time. Okay. I'm not playing with my lighting. I'm opening and closing tabs. I'm trying to work. Okay. Leroy.
Excuse me, Miss Thang. Sorry.
Leroy. Okay.
Oh, wow.
So, due to all this lashing out, the ASMR community is dead to me.
Oh,
you're dead to me.
Wow, Leroy.
Wait a minute. How am I ASMR?
Oh, that's your
that's
You're
you.
a part
That's
of
you,
it.
dude. It sounds like we're sometimes in your snack bag.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, I could use a snack right now. I just went into the refrigerator. I'm like, how the hell we ain't got
you
no
just
food up here?
eating? That's the whole thing.
I
You were
wasn't
just
eating.
eating.
You ever
You were chewing.
Isn't that a
No.
feeling like when you walk in your house and you're like, where's all the stuff I bought?
Yes.
Where did it go?
Yes. I see the bill. $300, $400, $450 for food for in a week. I'm expecting when I open it up, it's supposed to be like Vikings, like just food all over the place.
More ale?
Yes.
You know that happens to me. I
Leroy,
just
you know
forget
what?
I buy.
You know what age my kids are at that's annoying?
What?
They have friends that eat all our food too.
Oh, that's
I mean, what is
Let me
this?
tell you something.
You just opened up the whole
Hans,
conversation.
Hans have this friend Kyle.
We remember Kyle.
Kyle.
We know Kyle.
Kyle come over to the house for a little get together. They say bring something, right? I'm gonna cook all the meat. Y'all bring something. He brings chips.
Oh, jeez.
I took them chips out of his hand. All the food you've eaten out of my house, and you bring a bag of chips over here.
Was it
Drink
family
up all my beer. If I ever need the stuff going out of the other refrigerator, just invite Kyle over. He going through there and perusing and say, "Oh, y'all got some beer from the last party." He cracking open beers and stuff. Damn, Kyle.
He's got Kyle.
He's
Kyle?
lucky. He's lucky. I've known him for a long time.
Hate this age, man. Everybody's eating my food. Where'd all my food go? Frog boy, who's dead to you? Wait till baby tadpole has friends.
Oh yeah,
man.
When remember that pizza you buy, and you know there's always a couple of pieces because your kid too little to eat a whole bunch of pizza, and you think you could go when your kid have friends. Now you got to order two pizzas, and there's nothing left.
I used to be coming home from work excited, and then my brother's friends were home.
Eating up all the
and then I was
leftovers.
excited to get home to eat like that cookie I was saving for, or God knows what. I would get home, gone.
Yeah. Yep.
The rage in me.
I'm like, what? I had my mouth ready, and we have Mima too. Mima just eat leftovers. She don't care who is it for or whatever. She go, ooh, that risotto you had yesterday was good.
Yeah, she's on fridge duty though. You know, she's just really.
Oh, she's like, you ever seen that commercial with the we have an ant problem? Expired.
Oh
Expired.
yeah,
She always in her like,
expired.
she have like 17 jars on the counter. All this stuff is expired. Like,
Margos?
People who eat our food, dead to me.
yeah.
Who's dead to you?
For me,
You're dead to me.
I would say the people who had an opportunity to go last night, whether it was at midnight or one of the late showings, or potentially this morning, to see the highly anticipated Deadpool and Wolverine.
If you spoil anything for me,
I'm going Monday.
You spoil anything for me.
Hey, I got mad at Fonz just now.
Why?
You're
Because
dead.
he started telling me parts of, he said, you know
Well,
what? Yeah, it was pretty good. And
Leroy?
this and that. I don't want to spoil it for you. Then don't tell me about it.
I have no sympathy for you.
Oh yeah, you
I
specifically.
don't have any sympathy for
No,
you,
for real,
live
true.
texter.
Hey,
That's
I'm
I tell you
honestly
what.
very scared that he's gonna say something right now that spawns.
I don't know. No, I don't. He didn't tell me.
Leroy,
He didn't tell me
going
nothing
tomorrow. I don't want to hear it.
I'm going Monday. So, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all right now. After watching Dragon tryouts,
Hmm?
and you know the second episode from the end, y'all better watch it on Sunday because I'm spoiling Monday.
Ridiculous.
See, how are we supposed to have any sympathy for you right now?
Yeah.
I know, that's fine. I don't know. He didn't spoil it,
I'm good. Love Island is over, so I got dragons
Oh.
right at the start.
dude. And I told you, they done messed around and let a brother have a dragon.
What's that one's name? Sea
Smoke.
something?
Sea
Sea
Smoke.
smoke. Oh,
Hey, you know that
cool
dragon
name.
gonna have a gold tooth and some bling.
You know what, Tobin? Also,
Hmm?
you got me into watching Love Island now, and not because my curiosity struck. So then I started watching.
It's never been more popular, JFig. This season is
why? But why?
Hmm.
Does it get better?
because the girls are a disaster, JFig. I mean, I'm just gonna be
Honestly,
honest with you.
yes.
They're a
So far.
disaster. Like
Yeah.
they are a disaster. Like that's why. I will say, like, once you get to Castlemore, it's not as good, but it was maybe the greatest first 20 episode run in the history of Love Island. Really, really good.
How
By the way,
episodes are there?
like 40.
Oh,
what?
God, are you kidding?
I don't want to do this. You know what? You're dead to me for getting me into this.
Okay.
This is too much episodes.
Just as a question, 8 years old is too young to bring the Deadpool Wolverine, yeah?
Yes. Fonz just told me that.
Okay.
Yeah, rated R, a lot of blood, violence, and
I'm not gonna be the cool
Oh,
dad
you
then.
saw it?
No, no, not at all. But I will
Why
be
you
bringing
acting
my
like you saw
1-year-old.
it then?
No, I've done a lot of research, and I've determined I'm
You're
gonna go
trying to
ahead
spoil
and.
it for yourself with the research.
I am. I've stopped. I've cut myself off as of Monday. I've stopped watching trailers, but I know it won't go well, so I'll be at the 9:30 a.m. showing with my baby, and I'll go.
Oh,
as long
babies
as-
don't know. They don't know.
Exactly, it'll be fine,
They
dude.
don't know.
What does he know about the
Just
cat?
give him a pacifier.
All
He
you
don't-
got to do is give him popcorn and candy
Yeah, he's good.
and a slushy, and he's good.
Well, he barely has teeth.
Baby.
I don't know. He's one.
So he wields a machete at the age of 4. Who
Who cares?
cares?
He would have done it anyway.
Oh man. All right. One South Florida zone. Really enjoy getting to know this young man at Big Ten. One of the only bright spots of being in Indiana, really, to be honest with you. That was another you're dead. Indiana, you're dead to me. But Ruben Hippolyte played for MacArthur. He plays linebacker for Maryland. Boys with Taulia Tungavailoa. A lot of fascinating, fun stories with him. He knows Ray Lewis and won a South Florida zone. He joins us next. Welcome back, everybody. It is WQAM. We're live here from Big Ten Media Days. Final day here. They saved the best for last, man. The Capital One Orange Bowl Media Tour presented by Duffy's Sports Grill. And we got one of South Florida's own here. Ruben Hippolyte joining us here on the program. MacArthur High School's own, man. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all for having me.
What are the things from what point during the Maryland winters, how much do you miss South Florida when those are going on? Or have you fully dove in that you're a senior now, or like you're completely used to that by now?
I mean, I miss it every time the winter rolls around. I mean, I don't like snow still. I've been up here for 4 years, so it's I can never get used to it, but I just adjust and adapt. And when I get to go home, I waste no time. I get right back to Florida.
When you were a freshman, like, the first time was that the first time you saw snow when Maryland happened, or have you had seen it? Were you prepped for it when you went up there?
So it was my second year that I saw snow for the first time, and then I got to touch it and everything, and I was I was just surprised. It was very cold. Didn't like it, but it was fun while it lasted. But by that second day of snow, I was like, yeah, I'm ready to get out of here. It's good.
So you have an interesting tie, South Florida and with Maryland. You've built a little bit of a rapport with Canes legend Ray Lewis, obviously Baltimore Ravens legend. Can you tell us a little bit about that? How did that relationship come to be?
Yeah, so I went to his Ray Lewis camp in IMG, up in IMG. Went there 2 years in a row. Won defensive MVP my second year up there. Just got to meet him, talk with him, just talk about ball, talk about life. It was very cool experience, very great experience, humbling experience. And it was just all great all around, just being able to be in the same room as him.
Are there any are there any like just normal conversations with Ray Lewis, or are they always life intense lessons?
I think it's life intense lessons all the time, just because he's a passionate individual. And sometimes, especially in this generation nowadays, young people like us, we need to hear those. We need to hear those talks more often than not. So definitely, appreciate them.
So going into this season, I mean, you named a captain last year. One of the leading tacklers on your team. What are the things that you're trying to impact? This wave of this team of what's going to be effective. It's obviously a big year. You guys are welcoming a lot of new teams into this conference.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just consistency and discipline. I think that's the biggest things for myself, for our team. Being consistent in our approach and then staying disciplined. Upholding our standard, doing things the right way, doing things the Terp way, and getting wins. And putting our best product and our best foot forward every Saturday that we step on the field.
You guys just released this thing. I just saw it on Instagram. The wire recreation.
Yeah.
How many takes did that take? You nailed. I feel like you nailed the shock face.
Yeah. So it took me 2 takes actually, and I'm bragging. That's bragging rights for me. It took me 2 takes, in and out, and I actually had to do the second take because our camera guy, shout out Jack Cohen, he messed up on the first take. So I blame Jack.
So really, you're a one-take wonder.
One-take wonder.
You're prepared for the Hollywood life.
Always.
Is that like is that must watch if you go to Maryland of having your wire report, or is it too old of a show for you to know?
It's too much. It's too old of a show for me to know. I'm not really a big TV guy. I know people might hit me over the head for that. I'm not really a big movie guy either, but I'm a video gamer, so yeah, I'm big on that.
Are you excited about the new EA? Like, did you go immediately to go play with the Terps on that?
Yeah, highest rated player on my team, so that's bragging rights right there again. I talk a lot of crap online to my teammates, so I like to compete. So I keep it fun always.
How much has that been a team bonding experience since it came out? Because like the hype on that game was like nothing I've ever seen.
Yeah, so I mean we bonded. We're already a close knit team, but that game has brought us even closer. Like we go in the locker rooms, workouts, whatever. We like, hey, like your speed's too low, man. They need to, or like, hey, like your speed's too high and you don't run this fast. Like they need to change that. And we just go back and forth. We talk crap to each other. But it's all fun at the end of the day.
Yeah, I'm very much looking forward to seasons this year. In the words of the great Hassan Whiteside, of getting your 2K rating up. Like I cannot wait to see this, because the love I feel like this is brought to college football. I feel like it's going to make. I mean, it's pretty hard to make college football even more popular, but I feel like it's going to do that.
Yeah, no doubt. And like I was talking to a couple of teammates, this past week. Like this game brings everybody together. Like you have guys who are working 9 to 5s. Like you have younger women even playing the college football game. My parents are playing the game. Like my dad and his friends. So all ages, all groups, all variety of people playing this one game. And some people don't like games, but I mean this game bringing everybody closer. So I mean, hey,
I gotta listen. I'm kind of the opposite of you. Like, I'm a big TV guy, but I've never been a gamer. But it's become so popular. It's kind of one of those. It's like kind of making me, because my son's a huge. He's getting very much into video games.
Yeah.
So it might be time. It might be time to hop in on that.
Like Roman Hemby, he hasn't played the game in 6 years, 7 years. He went and bought a system for this game, so it's like, it's bringing people out of retirement, which is crazy. So it's good.
Did you, as a Broward guy, were you at all into the Florida Panthers championship run? Did you connect with that at all?
I was more of a Heat fan.
Yeah,
I was more invested in the Heat, especially when LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh and Ray Allen and all those guys were there. So I was more on the basketball side. I grew up wanting to play basketball. They said I was supposed to be 6'4". Obviously didn't get that, but it's all good. I'm here now playing the sport that I love. So, but I grew up a basketball fan.
Did you still follow him this year? Like, or did you, when you got to college, it fell off a little bit?
No, I still followed him. Jimmy Butler, that's my favorite player in the NBA right now.
Yeah.
Especially the run that they had last year when they lost to the Nuggets in the finals.
People are down him, man. I don't like it. I don't like that everybody's falling off on Jimmy just because he got one injury a year.
Hey, man, Jimmy is the greatest basketball player in this era right now. He's the most consistent. He's the most dominant. And he's probably the highest competitor in the league right now. Granted, you got, Jaylen Brown, Celtics, and all that stuff, but, I don't like the Celtics, so I'm not even going to talk about them. But, it's all about the Heat.
Music to my ears, my friend. That's
Yeah.
music to my ears.
Yeah.
So you played with Tua's brother, Talia. What was that experience like? He leaves a Big Ten all-time passer.
Yeah.
I thought that he was going to get an NFL shot, and that could still obviously happen if he succeeds with Canada. But what was the experience like playing with Tua's brother?
That's my guy. Him and I, me and Talia, we talk every day. I've been to Dolphins games with him. I know his family and his family friends and whatnot. So our relationship is very close. He knows my mother. He knows my family. We're very, connected. And we talk every day just about football, about life, about, our goals and aspirations. When he was here playing at Maryland, how we wanted our team to look, how we wanted our goals for the season and whatnot. So definitely a down-to-earth guy, and somebody I'll definitely have at my wedding when that time comes around.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
man. That's a real one. Absolutely. Are you surprised the Dolphins haven't paid Tua yet? You surprised that's still kind of a lingering thing?
Man, that'll come. Tua, I haven't met Tua, and I'm kind of upset that I haven't met Tua. I'm like, hey, come on, Leo. Like, I haven't met your bigger brother. That's kind of bad. And I'm local too, so I'm like, hey, come on. But his time will come. He's a great player, obviously. Has a high ceiling, and his time will come.
Is that if it would like playing for home be a dream for you? Like after the season,
Definitely.
you go into the draft. Like is that the number one place you would love to play?
Yeah, definitely. I tell everybody that if I had to, because everybody asks me, they think that the NFL you can just pick what team you want to go play for, but I'm like, that doesn't work like that. But if I wanted to pick a team, I'd definitely go back home to Miami.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Sure.
Man. That'd be a hell of a story.
No doubt.
Hey, man, enjoy the rest of your day here at Big Ten Media Day. We appreciate the time. We'll be rooting for you this season.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Ruben Hippolyte, appreciate the time from him. He goes follow him this year. You guys got a reason to watch the Terps. We'll be back with more after this.
No doubt. Appreciate y'all.